You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from First Energy Stadium. We're getting set for the second game in this six-game series between the Reading Fightin' Phils and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from Reading, Pennsylvania. Oh, Bowie did not set the tone the way that they would have liked yesterday. It was the 19th annual morning game for the Fightins, and it went in favor of the home team. 6-2 the final, highlighted by a 6-run first inning. The Baysox pitching, led by Griffin McClarty, got off to such a tough start with 4 consecutive reaching base to open, a strikeout looking, but then a sacrifice fly to score 1, and then a bases-loaded 3 RBI double by Fraylin Migneti to score the final of the 6th. It was a tough one, but the Baysox bullpen followed suit with 7 shutout innings, no walks, and only 3 hits over those final 7 frames. That's the best note to take from it. The sour note, though, for Bowie is that they left just too many runs on the table. In terms of total base runners, this should have been a winnable game for the Baysox yesterday. They stranded 12 runners on base, as they've left the most on base in the entire league over the last, pretty much 7 days total. They've left 48 total just over these 7 days. That's a very long stretch for Bowie. And it's also, what is it now, the third time in their last 5 games that they've left at least 10 on, so those numbers have been piling up, and that's just the biggest key issue for Bowie at the moment. It'll be Adam Leverett versus Ryan Watson today, going toe-to-toe. Before we introduce today's starting pitching matchup in depth, let's just kind of get you set up with today's head-to-head action. Bowie comes in for game number 27 this season, a 12-14 record, a 1-game losing streak. They're 4 games out of first right now, but that's still 5th place overall in the league. That is how tightly contested the Southwest Division is. I know I've been saying that a lot, but that's just how close all 6 teams in this 1-5 will square. Richmond still leads the pack at 17-11. Akron and Erie are tied 2 games out, each at 15 and 13. The Baysox are only 3-7 over their last 10, and they're 4-8 when playing on the road. Reading getting ready for game number 29 of the 2022 season, a 12-16 record, but they're surging right now, a 4-game win streak. However, that hasn't really done too much for them because they're still in 5th place and they're still 6 games out from first place Somerset. The Northeast Division is definitely a little more top-heavy. Somerset leads, Hartford follows suit at 16-12, and then 3rd place Portland is 13-15. Reading is 6-4 over their last 10 games, but they're still only 3-7 here at First Energy Stadium, and that's what's been very, very interesting. They haven't played too well here at this ballpark, and I think a lot of it has to do with their pitching. That's why yesterday was a bit of an anomaly when Bowie just wasn't able to pile on a crooked number. They only scored individual runs in 2 separate innings, came in the 5th. Rather, check that, came in the 3rd and came in the 6th when the Baysox got their 2 runs across. If they can get at least 1 out of the park today, then they should be fine. Your starting pitching matchup, it'll be Adam Leverett versus Ryan Watson. Leverett, a 1-4 record, a 6.17 ERA. 28 strikeouts to just 5 walks in 23 1/3 innings of work. He's got great swing and miss stuff. When his breaking pitches are working, then he can really run with it and pick up the strikeouts in high volume. But the issue is that it's not always breaking a lot. And when it doesn't break enough, it turns into heavy contact, and I mean really heavy contact, because Leverett has given up 7 home runs this season, at least 1 in all 5 of his starts, if not 2 in any of his starts. So if the Baysox can read those breaking pitches well to draw the walks and find the pitch that they want to hit when it's not going to break as much or when the location is just a little bit off, then we could see big home runs, multiple run home runs, 2 runs, 3 runs, who knows, maybe even a grand slam. On the other end, it'll be Ryan Watson for Bowie, a 2-0 record. This is his 5th appearance, his 3rd start, and a 2.41 ERA. But remember, going into his last start, that ERA was at an even 0. He had a 13-inning scoreless streak to start the season that was snapped. And while he did lose it going through a bit of a tough first inning, he still went a career-high 5 2/3 innings on the mound. He's a resilient pitcher. We've said that plenty about him, and that's what pretty much every other player in the clubhouse says about him, is that he's so resilient, he's so unfazed by even the toughest adversity in some of these situations that it's never really an issue for him if he runs into runners on base or if he gives up a home run, because it was only his second career multi-home run game when pitching on the mound. So if he just goes out and keeps pitching the way that he pitches, I really don't see any sort of issue with the way that Watson will be able to work today against a Reading team that, even with yesterday's offensive run, are still only batting .204 on the year. Watson should be able to piece together a very, very good game today. We'll talk about Ryan Watson in just a little bit, more in depth, and then a little bit on Garrett Stallings and his fantastic work on Sunday. It's been a busy few days for the Baysox, and we kind of wrap it up into a nice little box and put a bow on it with manager Kyle Moore. He's our guest next on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, our weekly chat with the skipper to hear his thoughts on how the past week plus has gone for Baysox baseball. We're back in a bit to First Energy Stadium. You're listening to the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. This is Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, it may be on Sunday, May 29th, but get ready for the Baysox first Catter Day at Prince George's Stadium. Everyone's heard of Bark in the Park, but now you can bring your kitty out for a relaxing afternoon of ball. And if you get here early enough, you can pick up a free Baysox Catter Day t-shirt, courtesy of the City of Bowie. You can get your tickets now for the first ever Catter Day at 301-464-4865 or at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, joined by manager Kyle Moore for our weekly chat, and we haven't gotten the chance to talk about the fun that happened on Sunday. Obviously, a big piece of history between Garrett Stallings and Morgan McSweeney. He said he wasn't really scoreboard watching too much until about the fifth, sixth inning. What were your thoughts going through when you decided to make the switch? Obviously, a lot of numbers go into that kind of decision.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, ultimately, just the development of Garrett Stallings and the health of his body and his arm came into play there. And I mean, he threw the ball great. And so we felt like that 6 was enough for him, even though it was a no-hitter. We turned it over to Morgan, and, Morgan did the rest of it. So really happy with just how we played all day Sunday, really. I mean, the no-hitter is awesome, and hats off to both Garrett and Morgan McSweeney and also Cody Roberts, who caught the game. So it was a really nice piece to the doubleheader sweep, and then also just really happy for Garrett to throw the ball as well as he did that day.
And then, like you said, it doesn't take away from the fact that it was a doubleheader sweep. That's an important part. Was that big upon the little switch over into game 2, making sure that the guys stayed on message that, hey, we've still got 7 more innings to play?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think that it's that important that you throw a 7-inning no-hitter in the minor league. So that's why we took Garrett out, and every inning's important, and it's really hard to sweep a team as a doubleheader. I think it's one of the hardest things to do in baseball. So a doubleheader sweep. There's really a tendency to get complacent and say, well, we won the first one, now we can kind of relax, or I got 2 hits in the first and I can kind of show up and give away some at bats. So that's what you coach against. But I thought it was a really nice job of Mav coming in and catching that second game, and also we threw the ball well that second game too. So just enough offense, but we pitched and played the hell out of some defense. So
how difficult is it to keep guys fresh and on routine when you get back-to-back rainouts like that?
Super, super difficult. The rainouts, I think it was our fourth afternoon game in a row, and it was just difficult in general because the first part of the week had been so really chaotic. We had a 12 noon start, we had an 11 noon start. We didn't really get to hit BP on the field. I mean, then we had all the rain. So something that is required when you're going to come to minor league baseball, you got to be able to deal with a little chaos and still go out there and play well. So I'm really happy with how we handled it. But nonetheless, I'm really happy for the 6:45 game tonight because I'm really tired of all the 12 o'clock chaos.
That was going to be my next question. What was it kind of like to not have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get ready for this game?
I don't know. I didn't know what to do with myself. I went to lunch with my wife, and I didn't know how to act because it was like at 7:30 a.m. and I'm not in the clubhouse making a lineup over a cup of coffee. So it's really, really nice to get back to normal here in Reading. Beautiful park. They got a bunch of turnout, and it's a really nice facility here. So nice to get back to normal.
You got Ryan Watson throwing tonight. While he did get scuffed up a little bit in the first inning of his last start, he still rebounded quickly and went out for a career high 5 2/3. He's really resilient, isn't he?
He did. You know, that was the worst inning of his year so far because he had such a great year, and we were really happy with how he responded. You're going to have those no matter what level you're pitching at, what level you're playing at. And so just ultimately just really happy with how Waddy responded. We expected him to respond like that, but he did a really nice job.
Again, here with Kyle Moore. Gunnar Henderson, as we talk about the offense, he hasn't missed a beat since we last spoke. He won Eastern League Player of the Week. How did he get the news there? Were you the one to let him know?
I did. We do a game review every day, and we're doing this video game review in the clubhouse, and he happened to be on the highlight because he stole second, he stole third, and he went on a contact play when J.D. Mundy hit a ground ball to first base, and Gunnar Henderson executed a contact play at third perfectly. So right after the video of we showing him executing the play perfectly, and I said, oh yeah, hey, by the way, and I forgot, there's your Eastern League Player of the Week right there, and all the guys gave him a little round of applause and kind of poked at him a little bit. So it was really nice to be able to give that, just to say that to him in front of the whole club. Gunner's done a really nice job of playing really hard in all phases, and really just done a really nice job mentally of managing his year so far, being 20 years old in AA. Pretty tall task, and I think he's done an awesome job.
You mentioned J.D. Mundy in there, too. He's really been seeing the ball well after taking a couple of days off midway through the Richmond series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he was under the weather a little bit, had this little thing going around that everybody's got, and then he rebounded, and he put together a really nice at-bat off of really Richmond's best arm, and got a pinch hit single up the middle late in the game that we ended up not being able to come back from. But either way, I think that at-bat kind of set the tone, just facing their best arm and going in there and competing really well. And since then, he's been awesome. And so we're just looking for more of that out of JD, and hopefully we can keep him out there and keep him swinging it.
All right, wrapping things up here with manager Kyle Moore, as we usually do. How'd you spend Mother's Day? How'd you spend the off day?
Yeah, well, we got the 2 rain out, so we kind of went Mother's Day early, and then I had to wake up and kiss my wife goodbye at 7 a.m. for a doubleheader on Sunday on actual Mother's Day. So that kind of stunk, but no, I just got some flowers, and I have 2 daughters, so it's really special for me to celebrate Mother's Day. And my wife makes this whole dream possible for me because she travels with me and stays home. So just had to celebrate her all Friday and all Saturday because you just never know what was going to happen on Sunday. So just a lot of that.
Well, glad you made the most of it. That's very nice of you. Kyle Moore, thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
All right, we'll step aside, be back in a bit. Walk through the starting lineups. Maybe if we get a chance, look around the Eastern League, see how the rest of the circuit is squared up today. This is the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
We're back to First Energy Stadium here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Matt Sabatis with you from Reading as the Baysox and the Fightins get set for game number 2 in this 6-game series. It's just so odd to be playing an evening game. It's been 5 consecutive day games for Bowie. You heard manager Kyle Moore talk about it. I was feeling it the same way myself, waking up around 7 o'clock just because my body was getting used to that and saying, oh, I don't need to rush out of bed and hop in the shower and grab a coffee and immediately get to work and rush through everything. No, got the time to settle in, fill out the scorecard the way I might like, and now we're ready to go for Baysox baseball. Let's introduce you to the starting lineups for both sides as each side is still going through some final preparations out in their bullpens and out toward the dugout. For Bowie, they are making a couple of notable changes in the lineup today, and I think it will be interesting to see how it plays out, but it is structured well 1 through 4. I'll tell you about it now. Dylan Harris leads off in right field. Now, he was batting 9th yesterday, but he did pick up a couple of key hits, including an RBI single for the Baysox, and of course, he's still hitting the ball so well in his first taste of Double-A action. He's at .383 in 13 games, a 1091 OPS. Both numbers lead the team. Unfortunately, though, he still doesn't qualify just yet. After that, it's Gunnar Henderson batting second at shortstop, and that's where Harris batting first really pays off because you've got Henderson to follow to drive in Harris if he gets aboard. Then Joey Ortiz, who's swinging a hot bat on a 4-game hit streak. J.D. Mundy is the designated hitter today. He's batting 4th. And Jordan Westberg has shifted down to 5th. I think that'll be a good slot for him. After the pitcher has already thrown a few, when you've got Gunnar Henderson and Dylan Harris driving pitchers down with their long plate appearances, they both really draw out long PAs already this season. When they do that, the pitcher's already a little worn, maybe into the second inning, depending on how the first inning goes. Westberg can get in while the game is already cruised a little bit for him to really break out, because he struck out 4 more times yesterday. He really needs to get back onto the right track at a 179 average this season. Shane Fontana is batting 6th. He's in left field. Cody Roberts is going to be catching today for Bowie. Andrew Dashbach is back in the lineup as well. I'd like to see more of him more often. He's had games on and games off over the past few days. He didn't play in the back end of Sunday's doubleheader. He didn't play in Game 1 of this series. And again, in terms of pitches per plate appearance, he leads the league at 4.7, so he is always going to drive pitchers down. He's at first base today, batting 8th. Zach Watson rounds it out in center field, batting 9th. And, of course, the starting pitcher for Bowie today, Ryan Watson. Our Phils have taken the field, so we'll step aside here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. When we come back, it's first pitch from First Energy Stadium. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from First Energy Stadium. It's Game 2 in this 6-game series between the Reading Fightin' Phils and your Bowie Baysox. Matt Sabatis with you from Reading, Pennsylvania, and as Adam Leverett warms on the mound for the Fightins, the starting lineup for your Bowie Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in right field, you've got Dylan Harris, followed by Gunnar Henderson at shortstop, batting second. Joey Ortiz is at second base, batting third. J.D. Mundy, the DH, bats fourth. Jordan Westberg is at third base, batting fifth. Shane Fontana is in left field, sixth. Cody Roberts is the catcher today, batting seventh. Andrew Dashbach at first base, bats eighth. And Zach Watson is in center field for Bowie, batting ninth. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles, managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, Chandler Geller, Galvin Christensen, video coordinator, Will Kelly, and Lindsey Birchfield, athletic trainers. Bowie is 12-14 on the season, a one-game losing streak, 4 games out in the Southwest Division, 5th overall. Once again, that lineup for the Baysox: Harris, Henderson, Ortiz, Mundy, Westberg, Fontana, Roberts, Dashbach, Watson, all to face right-hander Adam Leverett on the mound. Harris done warming up in the on-deck circle for Bowie. He steps up into the batting circle, kicks a little bit of dirt around in the left-handed batting box, takes a half step out, and he's set now as Adam Leverett works first base side of the rubber on a beautiful day here at First Energy Stadium. Leverett kicks high and fires home. The first pitch misses wide and away as we get started at 6:47 p.m. on a beautiful 74-degree sunny day here in Reading. Not a cloud to be seen. Next pitch, Harris watches wide yet again, and the count goes to 2-0. Dylan Harris, a .383 average this season, a .1091 OPS, 6 doubles, 2 home runs, 5 runs driven in for the Baysox. Here's the next pitch. Left-hander watches curveball hit the outside edge of the zone for a called strike. It's 2-1. Little bit of shadow pushed across the left field corner here at First Energy Stadium, but the lights are on. They're not needed just yet. Next pitch, Harris swings through at a curveball, and the count goes to 2-2. First Energy Stadium, a notable hitter's park in this Eastern League. 330 down the line to both left and right field, 400 feet to straightaway center. Not too much wind to be spoken of. Next pitch, Harris pops it out towards shallow left field, but it hangs up long enough. Left fielder Aldrum Corridor is there, and he retires the first batter. Defensive alignment for Reading from left to right in the outfield. You've got Aldrum Corridor, Simone Muziati, Jalen Ortiz is in right. Ali Castillo is at third, Jonathan Guzman at short. Fraylin Mignati is the second baseman, Josh Akami at first, and Logan Ohapi is the catcher behind the plate for Adam Leverett on the mound. In steps Gunnar Henderson for the Baysox. Righty on lefty in the first pitch. Called a strike, just a bit wide on the outer edge, and it's 0-1. Henderson, a .321 average on the season for Bowie, a number that just won't stop climbing. .989 OPS, 5 doubles, 4 homers, 19 driven in. Next pitch, up and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Adam Leverett, a 6'4", 190-pound, 23-year-old right-hander. Third season in the Phillies organization. Picked up in the 15th round of the 2019 draft from Gordon College in Barnesville, Georgia. Next pitch, outside to Henderson. Count goes to 2-2. Bases empty, one away here in the top of the first inning, a scoreless game as Bowie is trying to get back into the win column after dropping the opener of this 6-game series yesterday afternoon. 2-1. Driven high out toward the left field corner. This one slicing, but it should stay in play. Aldrum Corridor in the corner, covered by the shade, makes the catch. So back-to-back flyouts to left field, and that's how things get started for Bowie here in the first. Your umpiring crew in today's game, you've got Michael Snover, the crew chief, at third base. Rainero Valero is at first base, and Evan Johnson is calling the balls and strikes behind home. In steps Joey Ortiz, right-hander, batting .209 this season, a .615 OPS. 5 doubles, a triple, a homer, 14 driven in. He swings through the first pitch, a high fastball. 0-1 to start. Ortiz is the only right-hander among the first 4 batters for Bowie in the lineup. Leverett winds and deals the next. Ortiz watches slider called for strike on the outer edge. It's 0-2. Adam Leverett on the season, a 1-4 record, a 6.17 ERA, 23 1/3 innings of work. He struck out 28 and walked only 5. Here's the 0-2. Just misses high. Ortiz lays off, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Leverett, he's given up more home runs than he has walks this season. At least 1 home run in every start, if not 2. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ortiz chases on a curveball down, and the inning is over as Leverett uses just 13 pitches to retire the side in order. We're on to the bottom of the first here at First Energy Stadium. It's Bowie 0, Reading coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
We move on to the bottom of the first here at First Energy Stadium in Reading as Bowie came up empty in their first try. As Ryan Watson will start on the mound for the Baysox, he continues to warm and gets ready to face this starting lineup from the Fightins. Leading off in center field, you've got Simone Muzziotti. Jalen Ortiz is in right field batting second. Aldrum Corridor is in left field batting third. Logan Ohapi, the catcher, bats fourth. Josh Akami at first base bats fifth. Vito Friscia, the DH, bats sixth. Ali Castillo at third base seventh. Jonathan Guzman, the shortstop, eighth. And Fraylin Mignati is the second baseman batting ninth. Had a 3 RBI double in the first inning of yesterday's game. That proved to be one of the biggest hits of the day for the Fightins. Reading is the AA affiliate of the Philadelphia Phillies, managed by Sean Williams, assisted by Tyler Henson, Matt Hockenberry, Michael Jones, and Bruce Pedito. Andrew Dodson is the athletic trainer. Reading is 12-16 on the season, but currently riding a 4-game winning streak. They are 6 games out of first place in the Northeast Division, 5th behind leading Somerset. They directly trail number 4, New Hampshire, who's 5.5 games out. Once more, that lineup for Reading, you've got Muzziotti, Ortiz, Corridor, Ohapi, Akami, Friscia, Castillo, Guzman, and Mignati, all to face Ryan Watson on the mound. Watson, a tall and stoic right-hander, will face off against lefty Muzziotti to start, who's only in his 5th game this season. 2 for 11 to start the year, a .672 OPS. Does not have an extra base hit just yet. He's only walked twice. First pitch home to the left-hander is in there for a called strike. Lower outside corner, it's 0-1. Jordan Westberg is the third baseman today, and he's pinched in the baseline entirely, his toes up against the infield grass. Shortstop is playing back. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss right through the slider inside, and the count quickly is 0-2 from Ryan Watson. Oh, no, this is very wholesome. They've got Boy Scouts roaming around collecting trash around the concourse. That's very, very nice. Watson winds and deals the next. It's just a piece fouled off. We'll wait on the next offering here as Muzziotti stays alive for another pitch. Again, not too much wind this evening here at First Energy Stadium. It's a bit of a gusty ballpark, but we're pretty calm. The 0-2, little punch over to the shortstop, picked by Henderson at the chin, and he rips it over to first in time for the out, 6-3. Starting defensive alignment for Bowie from left to right in the outfield, you've got Shane Fontana, Zach Watson, and then Dylan Harris. Jordan Westberg is at third base, Gunnar Henderson at short, Joey Ortiz at second, and Andrew Dashbach is at first. Cody Roberts does the catching behind the plate for Ryan Watson on the mound. Watson, a 6'5", 215-pound, 24-year-old right-hander, dances with Jalen Ortiz now. First pitch. Slider misses just a bit too high, and the count starts out at 1-0. Jalen Ortiz on the season, a 235 mark, 767 OPS with 6 doubles, team leading 5 homers, 11 runs driven in. Here's the next. Swinging a bouncing ball foul, just a dribbler up the third base side, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Watson on the season with Bowie. He's made 4 appearances, 2 starts coming into today with a 2-0 record, a 2.41 ERA. But recall, his ERA was a dead even 0 after his first 3 starts, or his first 3 outings, I should say. His last outing, he got roughed up in the first. Trying to avoid that here. Bases empty, 1 away in the bottom of the frame. A scoreless game, 1-1 pitch. Ortiz pokes it foul the other way, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Ortiz, not usually liable to go the other way. He's a heavy pull candidate, and they play him in that direction. 53% of the time, the right-hander hits it to the left side. Watson winds and deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Spun the curveball down, and Watson picks up his first strikeout of the day. There's 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Baysox in their usual road gray jerseys, gray pants, the orange block letter Bowie on the front side, black hat, orange brim. The Fightins in their homage to the Phillies. It's got the cream color home whites and pants with the red pinstripes and R-fills on the front side, all red numbering. Here's Aldrum Corridor. First pitch to the left-hander. Hits the zone top half for a called strike. It's 0-1. Again, Watson got roughed up in the first inning of his last start. He lost his 13-inning scoreless streak to start the season after just 2 batters. Allowed back-to-back doubles to open the frame. Next pitch. Misses down and in a fastball, and the count goes even at 1. He later allowed a 2-run home run to Taylor Gashu, and then later another 2-run home run to Jake Alou. So that bumped his ERA up from 0 to 2.43. Next pitch, crushed out toward the left field corner. Fontana running a long way to the foul pole, and it is fair and gone. Oh, that one just snuck out of here. It's picked up by a fan in foul territory. Kyle Moore is going to ask about this one, I'd have to imagine. The entire dugout looks to be in disbelief. The bullpen catcher, Wagner Rodriguez, is continually pointing that it's to the left side. Ryan Watson is down from the mound to ask about this one. And now here comes Kyle Moore to talk with third base umpire and crew chief Michael Snover. Corridor has already rounded the bases, touched home, and walked back into the dugout. And Moore is going to have his say. But in all my years doing this, I've never seen a retraction on a call like this. But now the umpires are going to confer, so I find that interesting. I've seen this a couple of times, but again, never seen a retraction. But again, Snover is the crew chief. So they're calling Ryan Watson back. Oh, they're just calling him back to the mound. Watson had stepped over across the foul line and was conferring with Moore and Cody Roberts. I suppose they don't want to let him have a competitive advantage because you can't technically count this as a mound visit or anything. I could see it going that way. They are conferring, and they stick with home run. So it is a solo home run for Aldrum Corridor, his 3rd of the season. Moore is still going to speak with the crew chief Snover about it. For Corridor, his 8th run driven in. Well, the good thing about Kyle Moore is that at the very least, he's a very calm and collected manager. He's never been heated this whole season. I've not seen it personally. Bowie's not had an ejection all year, and again, said it in pregame, Ryan Watson is not the kind of guy to get frazzled by a hard hit here or there. Because, again, he got hit by 2 doubles to open up his last start before he even got an out. Then gave up a 2-run home run, but still pitched effectively. Still went to a career-high 5 2/3. Logan O'Hoppe is the batter now. First pitch. Breaking ball misses high, and the count starts out at 1-0. The new problem is that Watson just had to mull around for quite some time there, waiting for a resolution to that little fiasco. Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss. Breaking ball down, and the count goes even at 1 on O'Hoppe. The catcher is batting .259 this season, a .775 OPS, 4 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 13 runs driven in. Here's the 1-1. Fastball skips in the dirt. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. That's kind of the difference between Reading and Bowie at this point in the season. Reading has made the most of a lot of their contact, the most of runners on base. They don't strand as many as Bowie does. They only hit about .204 on the season, but have nearly as many runs scored as the Baysox. 2-1. Slider misses away, and the count goes to 3-1. Meanwhile, Bowie offensively is hitting .238, over 30 points higher, but they're stranding just too many runners on base. That's been the issue over the last week. Base is empty, 2 away, the 3-1 pitch. This one flared foul right side, and the count fills. Again, solo home run from Aldrum Corridor, just a batter ago. Makes it a 1-0 game at the moment as O'Hoppe steps back in with a full count. He's 3 for 9 on full count offerings, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks. Here's the payoff. Late swing, pieced foul, right side, and we'll do it again. Watson on the season has not allowed a base hit on full counts. He has worked a handful of batters to them now. Over his first 2 outings, when he went 8 consecutive perfect innings, he only got to a 3-ball count twice. But now he's already gotten to 8 3-ball counts, or 8 full counts, I should say. Here's the payoff again. It's fouled off again, this time to the right side, a little bit higher into the netting behind home, and the count holds. But it's making Watson work because he was cruising through those first couple of batters. Only needed 4 to strike out Jalen Ortiz. Corridor went on the 3rd pitch. Another payoff. In there, strike 3. Throws him with a changeup high, and Watson recovers after the home run. We're on to the 2nd inning here at First Energy Stadium, but Reading nabs the early lead. It's 1-0 Fightins as we move to the 2nd. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
One nothing ball game as we move to the 2nd inning here in Reading. Matt Sabatas with you as the Baysox are once again trailing. This time a much more muted first inning attack, though, from the Fightins. They actually struggle in the first inning this season, so it was just more surprising that they put on the 6 yesterday. And Corridor just barely snuck out his solo home run with 2 outs a few minutes ago. So now it turns to Bowie to try and quickly climb back in. Adam Leverett gets back to work. He faces middle of the lineup, starting with cleanup batter J.D. Mundy. First pitch home to Mundy. Left-hander watches curveball called for strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Monday on the season, a .233 average, .709 OPS with 4 doubles, 2 homers, 9 runs driven in. Here's the next pitch. Misses wide, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Monday's walk numbers have jumped up significantly. Over the past, I'd say about 10 games on a clear estimate. It's single digits in 10 at the most. He's walked 4 times. Here's the next pitch. Called a strike, upper outside corner, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. After Monday, it's Jordan Westberg. I got JD there. There's still a J and D in his name, so it works. Jordan Westberg and then Shane Fontana due up to bat. Infield play straight up. The 1-2 is swung on and missed high for strike 3. Second consecutive strikeout for Adam Leverett. His only 2 strikeouts today, and it goes to Jordan Westberg. Westberg on the season, a .179 average, .683 OPS with 4 doubles, 5 homers, 13 driven in. Wind has started to wake up a little bit here at First Energy Stadium. We weren't seeing much of it in the first inning, but now it's pushing out a little bit toward left. First pitch to Westberg misses high, and the count starts out at 1-0. Westberg riding a seasons-long 3-game hitless streak at the moment. Struck out 4 times yesterday. Did draw a walk, but the strikeouts were the story. 1-0. Slider misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-0. That slider from Leverett, it moves. It really does. But again, Bowie is a much more selective team than probably what Leverett was pitching against over his first 5 starts. Here's the 2-0. Curveball. It's called for a strike on the bottom edge of the zone. Count goes to 2-1. Sun's starting to set a little bit to the left of the ballpark here. You can see shadows stretching across from one of the light poles over the entire outfield. Next pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away and ricochets off of the catcher O'Hoppe over to the dugout, so it'll go to 3-1. Pretty much all of foul territory on the left side is covered in shade. There are a couple of slivers of sunlight stretched through the on-deck circle for Bowie. Here's the 3-1. Misses high, ball 4. Westberg gets the free pass. Again, we've seen it plenty this season, and it's going to keep continuing because there's no reason for Bowie to change their approach in this regard compared to how else they kind of attack pitchers. No matter what some of these pitchers are, when it comes to their walk numbers, their strikeout to walk ratio, whatever, no matter what they are coming into these games, they always seem to overestimate how much Bowie is going to swing. They're so selective. Shane Fontana steps in, squares to bunt on the first pitch, but can't get there. It's called a strike on the lower outside corner, 0-1. Fontana, a .255 average, .770 OPS with a double, 2 homers, 8 runs driven in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fontana watches curveball, called for strike, top half. It goes to 0-2. Runner at first, 1 away here in the top of the second inning. Bowie down 1-0. Leverett looks back Westberg quickly, who's 2 for 2 on stolen base attempts this year. The 0-2, Fontana reaches for it and rolls over it foul third base side. Count holds. Fontana only has hits in 1 of his last 4 games for Bowie at the moment. Bottom half of the Baysox lineup, they've gone through a lot of shifts and they've had some up and down spurts. If they can all get to a good click, they'd all be just running the table. Next pitch misses up and away on Fontana, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. And just as I was talking about the wind, it's died down again. Leverett sets. They're looking for down and away, but first a pickoff over to first, not in time. We'll see if Westberg tries to steal. It is early in the game, and it is only a 1-run deficit. If it was this same scenario yesterday when it was 6-0, I'd say go for it. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. Fontana goes chasing on a curveball down, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Adam Leverett. Goes to Cody Roberts now. Right-hander digs in. .277 average on the year for the catcher. .759 OPS with 4 doubles, a homer, 10 runs driven in. The fact that he's got 10 RBIs as a platoon catcher with only 14 games this season, that's very good. First pitch misses up and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. It's been a steady mix of first pitch balls and first pitch strikes for Leverett. 3 first pitch balls, 4 first pitch strikes so far when you include Roberts now. So again, he is a little bit wide on the zone, and his stuff breaks out of the zone a lot. Next pitch called a strike, top half of the zone. Count goes even and a ball and a strike. Pickoff throw back to first, still not in time. I was having a discussion the other day about the new pitch clock rules and how they coincide with the new step-off rules. And they make sense when you're reading them, but it's so hard to explain. 1-1, swing and a miss. Fastball up and away, and the count goes to 1-2. Leverett delivers the next. Roberts watches up and away, and the count goes even at 2. Because again, the way it kind of settles up is that you get I heard someone describe it as you get 2.5 attempts at the pickoff, and on that half, after the second one, you have to record an out. So if the base runner slides back into the bag on an attempted pickoff, as this next pitch is blooped over toward left and picked by the shortstop Jonathan Guzman. Little soft hanging liner ends the inning, and the Baysox strand a 1-out walk over at first. We're on to the bottom of the second here at First Energy Stadium. Bowie trails 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Bottom of the second here in Reading as Bowie trails 1-0. Matt Sabatis with you. Ryan Watson back to work, facing 5, 6, and 7 in the Fightins lineup. Josh Ockamy will lead it off. Right-hander on left-hander to get it started. First pitch home. Ockamy pops it foul, third base side. This one will tail out of play. Count starts out at 0-1. Josh Ockamy on the season, a 4-game hitting streak right now with a .258 average, .854 OPS with 7 doubles, 3 homers, 11 runs driven in. Here's the next from Watson. Check swing, high fastball, didn't go. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Shadow's just starting to push across the batting circle right now. The front half of it in the field of play is in sunlight, as is the left-handed batter's box, but the right-handed batter's box in shade. Here's the 1-1. That sinker misses a bit inside, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Ockamy. Yesterday he went 1 for 4 at the plate. Singled in the 6th, got to third base, but struck out 3 times. Here's the 2-1. Just misses up and away, barely. Count goes to 3 balls and a strike. After Ockamy in this half inning, it's Vito Fresia, then Ali Castillo duo. Play Ockamy heavy to pull, 43% of the time. The 3-1 pitch to the lefty is swung on and missed high. Count goes full here on this leadoff batter. That's back-to-back full counts for Ryan Watson. Again, he didn't really anticipate getting to there with Logan O'Hoppe to end the first inning.
especially after giving up the solo home run that looked like it could have snuck foul. But now Watson really wanted to lock in to stay efficient. The payoff pitch to Akame. Check swing, up and away, ball 4. That's only the 5th walk given up by Ryan Watson this season. And the leadoff man is aboard for Reading. Akame, though, if you're going to walk someone, he'd probably be the candidate. That's his 25th this year, a 21% walk rate. But then you also run into Vito Freesia, who's up there too. 5 and 6, this is the deadly part of the lineup when it comes to running down the pitcher. That's why they put him there. You get to this part in the second inning, and you start out by getting guys quickly on base who draw these key walks. First pitch to Freesia misses high. Count starts out at 1-0. It's the same philosophy with putting Andrew Dashbach 8th, as well as Shane Fontana 6th for Bowie. They draw good walks, they grind out at bats, and they make sure that the pitcher really has to exert themselves, maybe throw more pitches than they're comfortable with in an inning. And right now, Cody Roberts not too comfortable with the way that this inning has started for Ryan Watson. After the first pitch ball to Freesia, he went out, had a very, very quick chat. But now he's back behind the dish and has the mask on for Freesia to step back in the box. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Slider misses high, and the count goes to 2-0. Watson's working really high today, and that doesn't really seem like potentially a good idea, considering the dimensions of this ballpark. He already is a fly ball type pitcher. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Chased on a fastball down, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike now. Freesia has hit into 2 double plays this year, but he's a fly ball hitter. Ground out to fly out ratio of 0.4. So that means about twice as many fly balls as ground balls. Here's the next. Swinging a bouncing ball over to short. Could be 2. Henderson waits back. Fires to second. Ortiz, the turn to first. It's in time. 6-4-3. Dashbach on the receiving end at first base. And there's 2 gone after the leadoff walk. You know what the good luck charm was? Churro vendor caught my eye over in the stadium here. And I thought, oh, something good's about to happen. I haven't seen a churro in a long time. See, the problem with me is that a lot of my thoughts are just based around food. That's why I never played sports too competitively, because I just spent too much time eating. Here's Ali Castillo, first pitch. Slider called for strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Of course, there is competitive eating, but I'd probably be bad at that too. Castillo on the season, a 167 average, 438 OPS, next offering. Same slider, but this one misses away. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. 2 doubles, no triples, or home runs. 4 runs driven in for Castillo this season. Strikes out 20% of the time. The 1-1. Reaches for it and pokes it into shallow right field. This could fall in, but running a long way is Harris. It's off his glove. Harris didn't see it at first off bat. He thought it was going to go far. He initially took a half step back and then had to sprint in, and he was fighting the sun the entire way. That's probably going to go down as an error. They haven't put it up on the board. There it is. So an E9 for Dylan Harris. That's his first error in right field this season. And now it turns to Jonathan Guzman as the inning extends past where it should have. If Reading scores anything at this point, it's unearned, because that should have been the 3rd out of the inning. Here's Guzman. First pitch. Right-hander squares, pulls back, and they say the pitch was low. Count opens up at 1-0. Guzman on the season, a 156 average, 473 OPS, 2 doubles, a triple, a homer, 7 runs driven in. Runner at first, 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning, a 1-0 Reading lead. Next pitch, Guzman pops it up to shallow right again. Harris hesitates to find it, now runs in, camps under it, shades his eyes from the sun, and receives it this time. So only a couple of extra pitches to amend for the error, and the inning comes to a close. Leadoff walk of no consequence, no runs or hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. We go to the 3rd here at First Energy Stadium as Bowie trails 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. but less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
We roll on to the third inning here at First Energy Stadium. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for Bowie as they try to get on the board, trailing 1-0. Adam Leverett continues to deal on the mound for Reading and fires the first pitch to Andrew Dashbach. It's called a strike on a high fastball, 0-1. Dashbach, Watson, Harris, the batters due up in this frame. First game for Dashbach since the no-hitter, the first game of the doubleheader on Sunday for Bowie, 0-1. Misses down and in a curveball, and the count goes even and a ball and a strike. It's been an interesting few starts for Adam Leverett this season. His worst start came back a few days ago when he gave up 6 runs, all earned, on the 22nd. Next pitch. Called a strike on the lower inside corner, and the count goes to 1-2 on Dashbach. They don't put much information in these notes to see what actually happened on those games. It doesn't even say what the day is. Here's the next pitch to Dashbach. Misses up and in. Count goes to 2-2. Doesn't even say who the opponent was. I'll have to do some fact-finding myself later, but he has gotten hit for the home runs. I do know that much. He's given up at least 1 home run, if not 2, in every single outing, and this is his 6th start. Next pitch to Dashbach. Slider just barely misses away, and the count runs full. So we're at that point that Dashbach normally does his most damage. You get to the full count. The payoff. Swing and just a piece. You could hear a tiny little splinter of that bat as he just rolls it over to the warning track left side. So the count stays full. 152 average this season for Andrew, 640 OPS, but 3 homers, 7 runs driven in, and 17 walks. Walk rate of nearly 20%. Another payoff. Grounded hard, but just foul, third base side. That one was an easy call as it kicked up some dirt just a little bit to the left of third base. Less than a foot, 6 inches at the most. And the count stays full. But again, this is where Dashbach works. This is how he works. 4.7 pitches per plate appearance. There was a good stretch before he took a few games off that he had seen the most pitches in the entire league. 3-2, misses down low for ball 4, and he does it again. When Andrew Dashbach works the count full, that's just where he's just most comfortable. 45% walk rate when he reaches full counts this season, and he's done it again now for his 18th walk of the year. And again, Adam Leverett, his walk numbers are not bad at all. He had only walked 5 batters all season coming into today's game. He's walked 2 already today after just 2 innings plus a batter. Here's Zach Watson, first pitch, swinging a foul off the mask of the catcher O'Hoppe, and back to the screen. It's 0-1. Zach Watson on the year, a 156 average, 449 OPS, 2 doubles, a triple, still looking for his first home run. He's driven in 3 runs. Runner at first, nobody out. Third base plays a little bit in toward the baseline. That's Ali Castillo. Middle infield looks for 2. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Watson watches a called strike on the upper outside corner. That corner definitely seems to be a little inflated at the moment, especially against some of these right-handers. Haven't seen it so much against lefties, that upper outside. 0-2 the count on Watson, who has hit into 2 double plays this season, but hits it in the air more often than on the ground. They try for the pull double play, and he rips it foul on the pull side, but into the bleachers here at First Energy Stadium. Count stays at 0-2. Watson is a heavy pull candidate 60% of the time. Another 0-2, misses high, check swing, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Watson is on his longest hitless skid of the season, really needs to find a good rhythm. This would be a good time to do it now. Shadows pushing across most of the left side of the infield now, but the infield grass is still peaked in sun. The 1-2 pitch, Watson pops it up, right side foul. It will get out of play. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, the way this ballpark is put together, it's very interesting to navigate, if that makes sense. It was almost, since it's so old, it was put together in 1950. America's classic ballpark, they call it. The additions they've made have come very piecemeal. Another 1-2. Watson watches down and away, back pick to first as it got away from Ohapi for just a quick moment. He was trying to catch Dashbach dancing, but he couldn't get him. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Watson. Dashbach has not attempted a stolen base. He just ventured a bit away from the bag when he saw the ball was in the dirt. But since they've expanded on this ballpark a little bit outward toward each corner, they've got a kind of a food plaza, a little concert venue over past the right side. Next pitch, Watson pops it up foul, third base side and out of play. The at-bat continues as this inning has been disastrous for Adam Leverett in terms of efficiency. He used 8 pitches to walk Dashbach, and he's going to use an 8th pitch here to Zach Watson when it's still only 2-2. So he could still throw another ball. Runner at first, still nobody out in the top of the third. Another 2-2 pitch. Watson rips it over to third. Could be 2. Castillo waits back, sends to second. Migneti turns to first, and it's just in time. A bit of a tough transfer. Migneti was leaning a bit hard to avoid Dashbach sliding, but he gets it there. A 5-4-3 double play. Josh Ockamy was on the receiving end at first base. And just like the last half inning when Bowie did it, now the Baysox get the leadoff walk and are eliminated on the twin killing. It goes back to the top of the lineup in Dylan Harris. The difference is, though, is that Ryan Watson only needed 15 pitches for his second inning. This first pitch to Dylan Harris, which is called a ball down and away, was the 17th pitch for Adam Leverett in this inning alone. Harris flew out to left field his first time up. Next pitch. Called a strike, lower outside corner. Count goes even at 1. Yeah, so what they kind of have for that, it's almost like an outdoor food court, if anything, and there's just a small little concert stage. They've got giant netting over all of it because you can't see the field from there, so you can't watch out for foul balls. Next pitch to Harris, called a strike in the lower outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. Bases empty now, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Bowie trails 1-0. And Harris calls for time just before Leverett was getting ready to start. He steps out and readjusts his batting gloves. Ball and 2 strikes. They play Harris to pull. The pitch home. Swinging a bouncer up the middle and gloved between the legs by Leverett. Wow. Wow, Bowie can't catch a break. He picks it and sends it over to first base for the 1-3, and the inning is over. The Baysox get a leadoff walk, and he's taken out on a double play. They send the minimum up here in the third. We're on to the bottom of the frame as the Baysox trail 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Nitro Circus is back with an all-new tour coming to Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Fueled by new athletes, new tricks, and the craziest contraptions, the Good, Bad, and Rad Tour presented by A-Shock marries the sketchy, scary, and cringe-worthy dangers of big air action sports to the hilarious comedy of Nitro's lunatic daredevils who risk their lives to send it. Bowie, it's going down at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Tickets as low as $35 are on sale now at Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
Bottom of the third inning here in Reading as Bowie looked like they might have had a chance brewing in the top half of this frame, and the defense just didn't want that to happen. Leadoff walk taken out on a double play, well turned by each of the three main infielders, and then an up-the-middle bouncer gloved between the legs by Reading starting pitcher Adam Leverett. Couldn't have scripted the thing, and he still made it work. Baysox sent the minimum to the plate, and now it's Ryan Watson to work here in the bottom of the third. First pitch home to the leadoff batter, or rather Fraylen Mignati, who's the number 9 batter. It's Mignati, then back up top to Simone Muzziotti, and then Jalen Ortiz. First pitch misses away, and it's 1-0. Next pitch, lined up the middle, a base hit. Watson had to duck out of the way of that one. And that's the second hit of the day for the Fightins. Mignati has hits in back-to-back games now after collecting a double yesterday. And the leadoff man is aboard for the second consecutive inning for Reading. Goes back to the top of the lineup now in Simone Muzziotti. Grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. That'd be something helpful at the moment with runner at first and nobody out. They play pinched in heavily at third. Jordan Westberg on the infield grass. First pitch home from Watson. He squares, pulls back, and it just misses up and away. I said it. We're seeing some of those up and away pitches called for strikes against right-handers, but the zone not as inflated in that same regard against left-handers. Here's the 1-0 from Watson. Called a strike, wide on the outside edge, and the count evens at 1. In terms of where it lies horizontally, it looked to be in the same spot as that previous pitch, but I'm not directly behind home plate, so I suppose that can be the difference maker. Here's the 1-1. Called a strike on that same outside edge. Watson saw it work before. He figured he'd place it again. And that's one of the good things about Ryan Watson. That's what led him to that incredible start to his AA career. Remember, he retired 28 consecutive batters to start his career over 2+ outings. His accuracy, his pinpoint placement. The 1-2. In there, strike 3. Got him with a fastball on the upper outside corner. Muzziotti goes down looking. That's the third strikeout for Ryan Watson. His second backwards K, and there's one gone here in the first, or in the third, rather. See, I got to remember what inning it is, too. You take us out of these day games, and it just throws my whole sense of time off. I'd gotten used to it. It's not a good thing to get used to it, but I got used to it. Here's Jalen Ortiz, righty on righty. They play him hard to pull. First pitch. Slider hits the outside corner of the zone. It's 0-1. Ortiz struck out swinging back in the first inning. And I bring this up every time. When you're playing this hard to pull, Gunnar Henderson at short is playing in what you could consider a conservatively deep third base position right now. The 0-1 pitch, flown foul right side, out of play, 0-2. When you play a batter heavily to pull like this, it would stand to reason that the pitcher should be pitching for that outcome, not feeding too many pitches outside, trying to pitch down and in for the pull. But that doesn't always seem to be the case, and it hasn't been the case to start here, even though he's ahead 0-2. The next pitch from Watson, swinging a flare out towards shallow right. This could be trouble as Harris runs in. Instead, Ortiz runs out. He has to slide and gets there. Oh, goodness, the second baseman made the last-second decision to pull it down after Andrew Dashbach peeled off. And a game saver there for Joey Ortiz. Maybe a bit of an exaggeration as game saver, but an inning saver, I think, is a safe one, as that would have fallen in for a base hit. To be fair, though, if it did fall in, they probably could have gone to second base and taken out Mignati on a force. But whatever, there's 2 outs. But now it goes back to Aldrum Corridor, and you got to be careful with him. Opposite field home run his last time up, and that's usually where he does a lot of his damage. First pitch. Change up. Hits the zone, middle for a called strike. That's a good pitch from Ryan Watson to open with. Doesn't dance around the fact. That's what Ryan Watson is just known for. And I was talking with Garrett Stallings the other day. Stallings is his normal throwing partner, and they piggybacked for the first 2 starts of Stallings' season. Next pitch misses high, and the count goes even at 1. Now, it was a 1-1 pitch that Corridor lifted out of here back in the first inning, so we'll have to see what happens on this next offering. Baysox trail 1-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner at first, 2 away. Next pitch. Corridor takes a half-hearted swing around. He couldn't pull back in time on a high fastball, and the count to 1-2. So as I was saying, I was talking with Stallings real quick, and he said Watson's just always kind of in a groove. He's not out there thinking too much. The gears are turning, and he's always trying to get better, but at the same time, he's just out there to pitch. The 1-2. In there, strike 3. Froze another changeup on the lower outside corner, and Watson logs his 4th K, 3rd backwards. Leadoff single, stranded at first, and as we go to the 4th, Bowie could use a little bit of offense. They trail 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs in the area. Guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns so they can turn your sandlot into a lush ballpark green. Mention this ad and receive a discount on your first lawn care or pest control service. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Head to onthegreeninc.com or call 410-695-0444. We're on to the 4th inning here at First Energy Stadium as Bowie trails 1-0. Gunnar Henderson, Joey Ortiz, and J.D. Mundy, the batters, due up for Bowie in this half inning. Adam Leverett is back to work. He hasn't given up a base hit. Only base runners have been 2 walks. First pitch to Henderson, misses too far down and in. It ricochets off the catcher. Count opens up at 1-0. Henderson is the most reliable to get on base, of course, for Bowie. Needs to get on base at some point today to extend that incredible streak to start the season. Next pitch. Check swing. He just holds off on a curveball away. That one was close. And the count goes to 2-0. I really feel like Ryan Watson got a couple of those same pitches called for strikes in the last half inning, but whatever. Next pitch called a strike on the upper outside corner. That one could have been a makeup call. Count goes to 2-1. Henderson flew out to left field back in the first inning. 321 average this season. Thanks to his 2-for-3 day yesterday, that bumped him up 15 points. Next pitch misses up and away, and the count goes to 3-1. Next pitch, misses too far down and inside for ball 4, and Henderson draws the free pass, extending his on-base streak to 27 consecutive games for the Baysox. Every single game this season leads the Eastern League at this point by far. His 25th walk this year against just 20 strikeouts. Outstanding. First pitch, Joey Ortiz pops a bunt in the air. It's picked by the pitcher, and he goes back to first. Are you serious right now? Baysox can't get it. They just can't catch a break right now. So bunt pop out for Ortiz into a double play, eliminating Henderson. And now suddenly, instead of 1 on, none out, it's none on, 2 outs for J.D. Mundy. First pitch, swing and a miss. Next offering, Mundy watches breaking ball called for strike on the outer edge. It's quickly 0-2. Mundy struck out swinging back in the second inning. He's gone without in each of his last 2 games. Next pitch, misses high, a breaking ball, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Bowie down 1-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Base is empty, 2 away. Next pitch, fisted foul, left side. They play Mundy, the left-hander, heavily to pull. Only 39% of the time this season, though. Next pitch, he pulls it, but fouls it off first base side. And we'll wait on another 1-2 offering. So at this point, though, Bowie is still without a hit over the first 3 2/3 innings. Looking for the key hit was the big issue over the last few days. Their last few losses specifically. Looking for a hit is the problem now, as the 1-2 was swung on and missed high for strike 3. 4th strikeout for Adam Leverett. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Bowie gets a leadoff walk, and he's taken out on an immediate double play. As we switch over to the bottom frame, they trail 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Sunday, May 22nd, it's a fiesta at Prince George's Stadium. For the first time this season, the Baysox will transform into El Congrejos Fantasmas de Chesapeake and face off against Los Perros Calientes de Akron as part of Minor League Baseball's Copa de la Diversión. It'll be a Latin fiesta celebration all afternoon around the ballpark, all presented by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Get your tickets today at 301-464-4865 and online at baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Baysox are back home for a very long homestand on Tuesday, May 17th. 6 games against the Hartford Yard Goats, AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies, and then 6 games against the Erie Seawolves, AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. Should be a very fun pair of series for Bowie when they return 2 different fireworks nights over the homestand, Saturday, May 21st and Saturday, May 28th. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. We're on to the bottom of the 4th here at First Energy Stadium as Bowie still trails 1-0. Ryan Watson is back to work, faces Logan O'Hoppe, and the first pitch is grounded over to third, but picked foul. A slow roller as Jordan Westberg was already playing back on it, so it would have been a close play, but pulled just a little bit too much by O'Hoppe, and the count starts out at 0-1. O'Hoppe struck out looking at a full count offering back in the first inning. Of the 4 strikeouts for Ryan Watson so far today, 3 of them have been looking. He winds and deals the next to O'Hoppe. It's fisted into shallow right field. Harris initially hovered back on it, but he gets a read, steps in about 5 feet, and pulls it down. There's one away after that first little pitch from Watson, and now it's on to Josh Ockamy. In steps Ockamy after walking in the second, getting taken out on a double play. First pitch. Beautiful curveball. Hits the zone for a called strike. It's 0-1. Already 3 times in this game. It's only the bottom of the 4th. Already 3 times we've seen a leadoff walk taken out on a double play. Here's the 0-1. Ockamy watches blazing fastball hit the lower inside corner for a called strike. There must be something wrong here at First Energy Stadium. The radar gun hasn't been on all day. It was working yesterday. Here's the 0-2. Half swing he went. Fastball high, and that's strike 3 from Watson, his 5th strikeout overall. Second swinging as Ockamy really had no chance. Watson didn't even really feed him a hittable pitch in that entire plate appearance. Just made Ockamy look silly on 3 straight. This is a good inning for Watson to get back into the groove, too. He was already up to 47 pitches over his first 3 innings. The first inning went 19 pitches. That was the big issue. Here's Frisia. First pitch is a curveball called for strike on the inside edge. Count opens up at 0-1. Frisia hit into one of the 3 double plays. It was the only one turned by Bowie. That was in the second inning. 0-1. Popped up, right side, foul ground, dash box, stops when he gets to the foul line. It's going to get out of play anyway. And the count goes to 0-2. But now this is Ryan Watson at his purest. Pure strike thrower, that's it. Gets the contact if necessary, especially if he's pitching a little bit on the bottom of the zone. But he's throwing strikes, the 0-2. Flared foul again right side, and we'll do it once more. Because so far, every pitch in this inning, and as I'm about to finish this sentence, it will be falsified, I promise you. He'll throw a ball. But every pitch in this inning has been a strike. Either in the zone, a swinging strike, or a foul. Every pitch. Here's another 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Slider down and away, and Watson doesn't throw a single ball in the whole inning. He picks up 2 strikeouts for his 6th on the day. A perfect 4th here for Ryan. We're on to the 5th at First Energy Stadium. Bowie still looking for their first run and their first hit of the day. They trail 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. Ah, the freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry, Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
We're on to the top of the fifth inning here at First Energy Stadium as Bowie still looking for their first run or their first hit of the game. It's been a slow start for the Baysox. As Adam Leverett gets back to work and fires the first pitch home to Jordan Westberg, it misses down. He checked his swing and pulled back in time. Count starts out at 1-0. Westberg walked back in the second inning. Got left at first base, though. Bowie's drawn 3 walks. Westberg is the only one that was left on. The other 2 were taken out on double plays. Next pitch. Called a strike. That's an easy one. Change up top half of the zone. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Sun now really starting to set, getting just a little bit past the skyline here, out past left. Entire playing surface covered in shadow. The 1-1 roped over toward the third base corner, and that one's down for a base hit all the way to the wall. Westberg breaks his 3-game hitless streak with a double as he trots into the second base standing. That's his 5th of the season and a much-needed extra base hit for Jordan Westberg. You knew it was coming. Put him on the lineup graphic today. Said he was warming up because he is. He's getting back into the groove. You can't keep this guy down for too much longer. He comes in as just such a hard worker, such a great attitude toward attacking the ball. You knew it was coming. So the leadoff man is aboard for Bowie for the 3rd consecutive inning. Last 2 were taken out on double plays. Here's Shane Fontana, first pitch. Misses up and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Fontana struck out swinging back in the second inning. Again, he only has hits in 1 of his last 4 games coming into today. They play him pinched in at third, 1-0. Called a strike, hits the upper edge of the zone, count evens at 1. It is smart, though, to play him pinched in like that because if you catch it fast enough over at third base, you can hold the runner at second before firing over to first. But it is also a double-edged sword. As the next to Fontana misses down, count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Because Fontana is more of a pull candidate. Not as heavy as some, but 41% of the time. And if he does put just enough juice behind it to the other way, or at least just hits the gap a little bit, Westberg's home. Next pitch. He crushes it out to right field, but not deep enough. Backing up Jalen Ortiz. This could advance Westberg, though. About 5 feet in front of the warning track, he receives, charges and fires in, but the throw is cut off as Westberg advances. A meaningful out for Shane Fontana as he flies out to right. Tying run is now 90 feet away with only 1 out. So if Cody Roberts can just get it out of the infield, then that should tie the game up for Bowie. Jordan Westberg collecting the first Baysox hit of the day with a leadoff double here in the top of the 5th. And now Cody Roberts, who has a ground out to fly out ratio of 0.4. So that means more than twice as often he gets it into the air. That's perfect for this opportunity. First pitch, and he floats it into center field. It falls in for a base hit. Roberts ties the game up with an RBI single on the first pitch he sees, and it's a 1-1 game. 11th RBI of the season for Cody Roberts comes at such a crucial moment, and we're back to action here for Bowie. They needed this. After stranding so many runners on base yesterday, doing so in a couple of the games in the Harrisburg series, the key hit, it's back. Now here's Andrew Dashbach. Big chance with runner at first and 1 gone. See if you can advance him, maybe take the lead. First pitch, Dashbach watches the slider down and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Dashbach, if you can believe it, he drew a walk his last time up with how many he draws, and if you can believe it again, it was on a full count. That's how he does it all the time. Here's the 1-0. This one popped foul, right side and out of play, as a couple of bodies are up and moving over in the Reading bullpen at the moment. Again, Leverett has been laboring through a lot of his innings. Needed 19 pitches in the third, 13 in the fourth. It's actually been 13 and 19 all across. 13 in the first and in the fourth, 19 in the second and the third. But he's up to 74 right now. 1-1. Dashbach watches high, a breaking ball, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Now 2 balls and a strike. Forgot he fouled off a pitch. Runner at first, one away. Here's the 2-1. Misses high, back pick to first, but a little late. O'Hoppe didn't make the transfer fast enough, so he really had to charge that throw up, and that played his hand for Cody Roberts to slide back in safely. So now a 3-1 count for Dashbach. Already 3 home runs this season. He hit .250 against Reading last year. The pitch. Inside, ball 4. Dashbach has such a good eye, especially for some of those pitches inside, and now it puts runners at first and second, still with only 1 out. And here comes pitching coach Matt Hockenberry. Fans, Pest Now is a proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, and they provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium, so that's how you know they're doing a good job. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, anything from general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, any of that, all other pest control services too, whatever you need. Call Pest Now, 301-231-8300, or visit them online at pestnow.com. Very simple, PESTNOW.com. Runners at first and second, still only 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Jordan Westberg took a 1-1 pitch to the left field corner for his first hit in 3 games, the first hit of the day for the Baysox. He got to third base on a deep flyout by Shane Fontana and came around to score on an RBI single by Cody Roberts. Roberts punched the first pitch he saw up the middle for a base hit and a ribby. Andrew Dashbach drew a 3-1 walk, and that's where we sit now, with first and second, 1 away, and Zach Watson into bat. Watson, a heavy fly ball candidate, but he has also hit into 2 double plays this season, and that's what they're hoping for here. First pitch, right-hander watches curveball called for strike, top half of the zone. It's 0-1. Watson did hit into a double play back in the 3rd, so let me amend that. He's hit into 3. But again, still a heavy fly ball candidate. Ground out to air out ratio of 0.6, and he pops it up here. Foul ground right side. O'Hoppe doesn't shed the mask. He sprints toward the dugout and slides, but can't get there. It hits off of the warning track. I'm not sure. I didn't catch if O'Hoppe did get a delayed jump on it. I was more watching the first baseman, Josh Akami. But Akami was further away from where the ball landed than O'Hoppe. Again, a right-hander warming in the bullpen now for Reading. They were up and moving a little bit ago while Dashbach was working that walk. If my eyes are working, and sometimes they are, it's Matt Seelinger. 0-2 pitch to Watson. Popped up again, foul. This time much more clearly out of play. Count stays at 0-2. We are up to 80 pitches now, though, for Adam Leverett. Could be the last batter he faces, no matter what the outcome, even if Watson is put out. 0-2. Check swing, pitch high, didn't go. More of a flinch. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. With runners in scoring position this season, Zach Watson is hitting .278, which is markedly better than his overall average. .611 OPS, 33% strikeout rate. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Changeup misses down, and the count goes even at 2. And this is part of the mentality that Kyle Moore really preaches to a lot of these players, is that you can look at the big picture, yes, but no matter what happens, you need to take each pitch individually. And don't be swinging at bad pitches just because you need to get something done with runners on base in this scenario. Take the best pitch. 2-2. This one popped out toward right center field. It's carrying a bit, but will stay in the ballpark. Jalen Ortiz backs up on it and retrieves. Cody Roberts tags from second. He gets to third easily. So kind of similar to how Jordan Westberg advanced. Watson flies out in a productive fashion to right field. Roberts to third. Dashbach stays put. So it's first and third now with 2 outs, and that's the hook. Out comes manager Sean Williams to retrieve Leverett and the ball. We'll see a new pitcher on the mound in a couple of seconds. We'll step aside here as Bowie has go-ahead run at third base with 2 gone. It's the top of the 5th here at First Energy Stadium. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back to First Energy Stadium here in the top of the fifth inning as Reading makes a pitching change. Bowie threatening to take the lead after coming into this half inning with no hits. Leadoff double by Jordan Westberg, RBI single by Cody Roberts, a couple of flyouts to advance some runners, and it's first and third at the moment with 2 outs as Matt Seelinger steps in to face off against Dylan Harris. The line on Leverett is not final, 4 2/3 innings. He gave up 2 hits and so far 1 run. So he can be a losing pitcher. He cannot be a winning pitcher. He struck out 4, walked 4, which nearly doubles his season's total. He came in with 5 walks in 23 1/3, walks 4 in 4 2/3. It'll be Harris, the left-hander, against Matt Seelinger, a right-hander. As the first pitch comes in, Harris takes curveball inside. That one nearly cut its way back into the zone, but it starts out at 1-0. Matt Seelinger is a 6'3", 190-pound, 27-year-old right-hander from Westbury, New York. On the season, this is his 11th appearance. 1-0. Misses down a breaking ball as Harris lays off. It's 2-0. Dylan Harris 0 for 2 on the day. Flown out to left in the first. Grounded out to the pitcher in the third. It was a nifty play by Leverett. He pulled the ball in between his legs on a bounce. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss, high fastball. Count goes to 2-1. Seelinger has been one of the best relievers in this Reading pen. In his 10 outings, 15 1/3 innings, a 1.17 ERA, 24 strikeouts against only 8 walks. Here's the 2-1. Harris nicks it foul, top of the zone and back to the screen. It runs the count to 2. Seelinger has only inherited 2 runners this season, but both scored. He inherits 2 now. Bowie would like to keep that trend going. We're tied at 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Bowie trying to take the lead. First and third, 2 away. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Harris went way too high on a fastball he had no business going after. That was near his nose. And the inning is over. The Baysox do tie the game up, though. Jordan Westberg's leadoff double turns into a run as we're halfway home here at First Energy Stadium. It's Bowie 1, Reading 1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Everyone Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We're on to the back half of this game here at First Energy Stadium as Bowie now has a little bit of life in them. It's a 1-1 game after the Baysox went hitless over the first 4, got a pair of hits, including a leadoff double from Jordan Westberg in the top of the 5th, and now it's 1-1. Ryan Watson can work with a little bit of fervor now as he's already gone through quickly since the 2-out solo home run by Aldrum Corridor in the first. He faces bottom 3 in the lineup as Watson tries to finish out his 5th inning for his 3rd consecutive start. Ali Castillo will lead it off, taking a little bit of time to get in. The home plate umpire was having a conversation with Watson on the mound for a couple of minutes, and I think that bit into some of the allotted time for his warm-up tosses. But now he's ready to go. It'll be right-handers aplenty for these first 3. First pitch to Castillo is a hanging curve in the zone for a called strike. The movement on that curveball from Ryan Watson today has been electric. That's just his 57th pitch today as well. Here's the next. Swinging a bouncing ball off of the speared glove of Watson, and it can't be barehanded at short. Gunnar Henderson had to redirect after it hit off of Watson's glove, and he couldn't get there properly. That's a tough play to score. They will probably give it a hit. They do. Was outside of ordinary effort in any capacity to even get there. So that's the first hit for Reading since the leadoff single by Fraylin Mignati in the 3rd. Mignati will bat in this inning. He's on deck right now. But Castillo's now got hits in back-to-back games. He's reached safely twice. Reached on an error in the 2nd, got stranded. Here's Jonathan Guzman, first pitch. He squares and can't get there. Went all the way around with it, though, as the pitch was down. Count opens up at 0-1. Guzman flew out to right field back in the 2nd inning. It was back-to-back fly balls to right. Dylan Harris dropped one of them. He was charged with the error, and then he caught the next only 2 pitches later. That ended the inning, so he was quickly atoned. 0-1 pitch. This bunt is down perfectly in front of home. Roberts gloved, thought about going to second, goes to first. He stared it down, and Ortiz was there ready to receive, but Castillo had gotten just enough of a jump that Roberts decided not to risk it. So the sacrifice goes 2-3, and it's successful enough to put runner in scoring position for Fraylin Mignati, who's already been hitting the ball well against Bowie in this series. He's 2 for 4 across the short 2-game set. That includes his single back in the 3rd inning. But again, Watson is still working efficiently. That was just his 60th pitch. He threw 84 in his last outing. First pitch home to Mignati is called a strike. Slider hits the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Bowie. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Reading. We're here in the bottom of the 5th inning with runner at second and 1 away. Watson looks back, runner at second twice. Kicks and fires the 0-1. Mignati checks his swing on a slider too far outside. That one probably was trying to go a little bit down, but it didn't. Count evens. Seeing that little bit of gradient now as we get toward the dusk hour, but still sunlight dominating the day while the lights are on here at First Energy Stadium. Next pitch, bounce to Baltimore chop over towards short. It's going to be a tough play, and it's off Henderson's wrist. They try to throw to third, and they've got the front runner in a run down. Castillo, it gets to the catcher Roberts. He hesitates, gets it to Henderson, who applies the tag. Oh, an outstanding recovery for Bowie. Excellent awareness for Gunnar Henderson after it got off of his wrist. I imagine that'll go down as an error on Henderson. And I'm not even going to try and guess the lottery numbers on that one, but it's a putout, that much I can tell you. Mignati does get to second base on the back end of all of that fun. But now there's 2 outs, so it's a much more different situation. And I don't pity the official scorer and the Gamecast operator who has to input all that. It goes to Simone Muzziotti now, the leadoff man. They gave him a hit for that. Interesting. First pitch. Slider misses down and in. And the count starts out at 1-0. So they're calling that a hit for Mignati. His second of the day. And now he's at second base, but Ale Castillo was eliminated, so there's still 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. This one flown out toward left field, but hanging up just enough for Shane Fontana. The inning is over. 2 singles in the frame, including a leadoff single, but no damage brought across. 5 innings of work for Ryan Watson, and boy, oh boy, has he been efficient. 65 pitches. We're on to the 6th here at First Energy Stadium. The Baysox and the Fightins are tied at 1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. There's plenty to catch in the month of May with fireworks every home Saturday. Hope to see you there.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Well, they like to call it an as so often happens when a fielder makes a great play in the field and immediately steps up to bat in the next half inning. That's Gunnar Henderson right now. Started a very funky rundown to close out a dangerous situation for Ryan Watson, and now he leads off the 6th for Bowie. First pitch home for Matt Seelinger misses up and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. We're here at First Energy Stadium, a 1-1 ball game. Matt Sabatis with you on a very lovely night in Reading. 1-0 pitch. Henderson watches high, and the count goes to 2-0. Gunnar drew a walk in the 4th inning, but was immediately taken out on a pop-out double play. It was a bunt popped into the air. Henderson was trying to take off to second on the sacrifice, of course, but he was caught in between and doubled up at first. Here's the 2-0. Checks his swing, high fastball, 3-0. It's Matt Seelinger back to work on the mound for the Fightins. He came in and struck out the only batter he needed, Dylan Harris, stranding 2 aboard in the 5th after Bowie had already tied the game at 1. 3-0 to Henderson. Middle, call it for strike 1. After Henderson, it's Joey Ortiz, then J.D. Mundy due up in this frame. They play him a bit wide up the middle here. More so on the right side. The 3-1, up and away, ball 4. Second walk drawn by Gunnar Henderson. That's a stat that I need to keep track of. I'm usually good with these, but multi-walk games for Gunnar Henderson, that's not something that I paid too much attention to, but it's probably fairly notable as he's now up to 26 walks this season. Again, people say the toughest stretch. All right, now the umpires are coming out and looking at the mound. What is this? So, last night, after the 19th annual day game here at First Energy Stadium, I had the opportunity to go up and visit with the Phillies' AAA affiliate, the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. They're only about a 45, 50-minute drive away. And while I was there, I heard a bit of intrigue of an issue that they were having at their ballpark, that the mound was angled improperly and a little bit too short. And pitchers had been complaining about it constantly. but there was simply not much of anything that could be done. And I'm afraid that I wonder if this is a similar situation now, as we're just all hovering around the mound. I wonder if they're going to bring out some dirt from the grounds quarters here, because at this point the umpiring crew is just staring. Yep, here they come. They're sprinting in from the right field corner. I see, what is that, one of those backpack spray bottles that you use a lot of times for weed killer, and a handful of buckets. I don't see any bags of dirt or anything. I'm wondering what it is they're going to be going after. So, yeah, the umpires are coming out to look at this. And when I was at Lehigh Valley yesterday, what they were talking about is that it really led to a lot of pitches coming in a bit wild, and obviously it affects how a pitcher deplanes in order to reach the zone in the way that they're normally used to. And that could explain a little bit today, as, again, the Baysox have drawn 5 walks, including 4 against Adam Leverett, who only walked 5 batters all season coming into today. But at the same time, the Baysox are just good at drawing walks. I don't think it's as much on the mound as it is just on the Baysox and their approach at the plate. This is just really something I think to, I don't know, maybe throw off Bowie's batters and take the timing out of Ryan Watson, because it looks like Ryan Watson's day might be done. Bowie has Rico Garcia warming up in their bullpen right now. Garcia does have starting experience and distance as well as major league experience, so he'd be a good back-end guy for today's game. But this is really just, I don't see the benefit in doing this. It's not going to change much. Bowie is still so extremely selective at the plate that they've just beat pitchers into the earth and drawn walks at their own leisure. So now they're going to afford Matt Seelinger some warm-up tosses as the umpiring crew talks with the head groundskeeper here in Reading. That's interesting to me. I'm not sure if Ryan Watson brought up some of the same complaints at any point. He might have. I'll have to ask. Because that's just a lot of time wasting. Because it's not like it's a tactical advantage that only benefits Bowie's batters. Bowie pitchers have to work with the same disadvantage if it exists. Whatever, we're off of that weird delay, and the first pitch home to Joey Ortiz misses up and in, so apparently it didn't do much if you're going to miss the zone. Ortiz is 0 for 2 on the day. Again, he bunted into a double play his last time up. Want to avoid that here. Next pitch. This one crushed out to the right center field gap, and it's drilled. This one touches down and hits off the wall. Henderson, first to third. Does he get the go sign? No. Moore tells him to hold up as the throw is ripped in on the relay. It probably would have gotten Henderson. But it's a double for Joey Ortiz, his 6th of the season, and extends his hit streak to 5 consecutive games, a season's long. Yeah, Ortiz just must have gotten anxious in the on-deck circle there, saying, pick up the pace, I want to bat. And boy, did he bat. So it puts 2nd and 3rd on for Bowie with nobody out in a 1-1 game. Here's J.D. Mundy trying to break out of a small slump of his own. 2-game hitless skid, 0 for 2 today, both strikeouts. Corner infielders play in, anticipate a play at the plate, but the middle infielders play back. First pitch. Misses down, breaking ball, and the count starts out at 1-0. I am going to ride these coattails for a while, as I really don't see any reason for that stoppage. Because, again, it's not a tactical advantage for one team over the other. Both teams have to deal with it. Next pitch, Mundy pops it off left side. This will get out of play. Foul ball runs the count now to a ball and a strike. Because Ryan Watson, he worked fine around whatever disadvantage might have been there. If there was one blemish, it was the home run, and that one was just a lucky shot into the corner, just barely hooked around it. The 1-1. Mundy flares it foul this time into the left field netting, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. J.D. Mundy this season only 200 with runners in scoring position. 7 of his 9 RBI. But both of his home runs have come with either nobody on or just a runner at first. Seelinger sets. He's in a dangerous spot right now. The 1-2 pitch. Mundy pops it foul again. Left side out of play. While Mundy's strikeout rate is mid-range and his walk rate is a little bit low, only 8.8%, he still does what every Baysox batter does and draws out plate appearances. 4 pitches per plate appearance. That's above so many in the league. And time called. Runners at second and third here in the top of the 6th inning. Still nobody out. Seelinger finally comes set. Fires the 1-2. Up and away, Mundy holds off, and the count goes even at 2. So a quick cursory glance. Reading, of the 9 batters in their lineup today, only 2 of them have a pitches per plate appearance of above 4. 3 of them have 4 or above. Only 1 batter in the Baysox lineup is not there. Step off for Seelinger. That's his first. He resets. We'll wait on another 2-2 offering to Mundy. Here it is. He watches up and away, and the count fills. 2 for 5 this season on full counts, an 1171 OPS. He's only struck out twice. He's walked twice. But again, of the 9 batters in Bowie's lineup today, only 1 of them has a pitches per plate appearance under 4. It's a team-wide effort, and it works. The payoff, swing and a miss. Curveball down, and Mundy is out on strikes for the 3rd time today. Second strikeout for Matt Seelinger, but he's still not out of the woods. There's only 1 out. Anything out of the infield gives Bowie the lead. And now you get Jordan Westberg, who's clearly seeing the ball today. Drew a walk on a 3-1 offering in the 2nd. Took a 1-1 pitch to the left field corner for a double and scored Bowie's only run. First baseman Akami plays him in. Westberg only goes that way 18% of the time, and that curveball to start did not break. Oh, Hoppy had to literally hop up. I'm going to keep making that joke, first off. But he had to jump up to receive it, make sure it didn't get past him. Second and third, 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. A 1-1 game. Westberg trying to change that. The 1-0. Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-0. 4 batters in this inning so far. All of them have seen a first pitch ball from Seelinger. And now Redding has another arm warming in the pen. 2-0. Popped up foul, right side out of play. Count goes to 2-1. Westberg used to have incredible numbers with runners in scoring position. But along with the rest of the team, those numbers have taken a dive, and he's now down to just 194 on the year, but just a 26.3% strikeout rate. That means he's putting it in play. It's just a low BABIP. Here's the 2-1. Misses high, and it's 3-1. I wonder if this is part of the philosophy, pitching-wise, for Redding, is to get a lot of that swing and miss stuff. Don't work on the balls put in play, but when you run into a team like Bowie, it leads to walks. The 3-1, called a strike, top half of the zone. Westberg realized it was probable. He had straightened up, getting ready to walk to first if it came, but it didn't. So now a full count offering. Westberg hits it well here, a 4.17 average. The payoff. Down low, ball 4. Westberg walks 45% of the time on full counts. He only strikes out 13% of the time. He knows what pitch he's going to get. And that's going to lead to a mound visit from pitching coach Matt Hockenberry. Again, that's what Bowie is so good at, because so many of these pitchers, they work for the put-down pitch, the swing and miss pitch. That's what we've seen already in just the short few innings of this series. Bowie is unfazed. They're never going to be phased because we're already this deep into the season with it. It's not like it was a passing trend. It's part of the way that Bowie and the Orioles system as a whole manages themselves and develops themselves. And it's working. It's not anything to do with the mound. It's not anything to do with how much dirt there is or how it's raked or if there's any water on it. It's not. Mound visit should come to a close. The timer has expired. Home plate umpire is out there. Akami is animated about something over at first base. I'm not sure what. No hidden ball trick either. I literally just saw the ball in Matt Seelinger's hand. I'm not sure what Akami is so frustrated about. The bases are loaded with only one out here in the top of the sixth inning as Shane Fontana digs in. He's 0 for 1 in his only situation this year. He struck out. Baysox have one grand slam this year. It came from Hudson Haskin. First pitch home. Fontana fouls it off, left side and out of play. 0-1. Again, still with only one out, so you get it out of the infield, and the game belongs to Bowie for now. But if you hit it on the infield, especially onto the pull side, which is what they're expecting from Fontana, it could end the inning with a double play. First baseman Akami pinched in as well. 0-1. Popped foul, third base side, on the run, Castillo. No, can't get there. It's just about 5 feet past the netting. There's not really anywhere in this whole ballpark either to reach into the stands. They've got high netting just about around the entire foul side, from left to right. But it runs the count to 0-2 on Fontana. You don't want to go down here. Bases loaded, one away. The pitch home. Popped up behind home. O'Hoppe jogs to it, but he'll watch it exit. Count stays at 0-2. Seelinger is already up to 27 pitches. As lefty Fontana digs in again. Left-handers have been the trouble spot for Seelinger, too. He came in a 138 whip, better than just 120 against right-handers. Another 0-2. Fontana watches curveball, called strike 3. That one a little bit narrow inside, and that's a toughie as it makes it 2 outs now. So now it goes to Cody Roberts, who delivered the game-tying run in the 5th inning with a single up the middle on the first pitch he saw. See if he does something similar here. 28 pitches for Seelinger, still within his range. He's at 29 right now after that last. Season's high is 42. Came at the tail end of April. First pitch, Roberts chases, and he fouls it off right side. Count starts out at 0-1. Before the RBI single, Roberts lined out softly to the shortstop in the 2nd inning. But you need a base hit here now. Leadoff walk by Gunnar Henderson, he's at 3rd. A double by Joey Ortiz to the right center gap. And then a walk by Jordan Westberg. 0-1, curveball. Just misses high. That's a tough pitch to lay off of. But Roberts does, and it runs the count even at 1. Lights on now doing most of the work here at First Energy Stadium. You can just barely see a streak of orange out past left field and the ridges of the mountains out past right. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Fastball up and away, and the count goes to 1-2. You don't want to strand him here because that's just back to what Bowie has been struggling with over the past week, when it looked like they might finally be getting out of the woods in the 5th inning when Roberts drove in Jordan Westberg. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a high pop-up to right field. Ortiz, does he see it? He does. He ranges to his left just enough and pulls it down. The Baysox load the bases with 1 out, and they strand them all. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at First Energy Stadium. It's a tie game, 1-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Bowie makes a pitching change as we move on to the 6th inning here at First Energy Stadium. Bottom of the 6th with 2, 3, and 4 due up. Enrico Garcia will take the line for the Baysox, replacing Ryan Watson. Watson a no decision following another very strong outing. After giving up a 2-out solo home run in the first inning, he went on to toss 5 innings of ball, gave up only 4 hits and the 1 run. He struck out 6 batters, walked only 1. It's the 4th time in his 5 outings this season that Watson has struck out at least 6 batters. So it'll be Ortiz to lead it off against Rico Garcia. Righty on righty to start, and the first pitch home is a changeup called for strike, top half of the zone. It's 0-1. So with Watson's performance today, I was doing some quick calculations there, drops his season's ERA down to 2.28. And I think he should qualify now and be back atop the leaderboards for Bowie. First pitch, swinging a piece foul off of the shin guard there of Cody Roberts, and the count goes to 0-2. Qualifying has been a bit of an issue for Bowie. Starting pitchers did start out slow, as a lot of teams did this season. Garrett Stallings, coming into this game, was the only qualifying pitcher for the Baysox. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 3 pitches to get it started, and Garcia strikes out Jalen Ortiz. 1 gone here. First strikeout for Garcia. 7th overall for Baysox pitching. Got to tell you a little bit about the new hurler on the mound. 5'9", 201-pound right-hander, signed by the Orioles as a minor league free agent in 2021. Did not appear anywhere in 2021, though, after he was coming off of a season spent mostly with the San Francisco Giants. Made 12 appearances out of their bullpen. First pitch to Aldrum Corridor misses down, and the count starts out at 1-0. Corridor has the only run scored for Reading today, homer to left field into the corner by the foul pole with 2 outs in the first. They play the lefty hard to pull, even though he only goes that way 29% of the time. Next pitch, swing and a miss, curveball. Count goes even, hit a ball and a strike. Yeah, Corridor, an opposite field power, 51% of his batted balls are put to the left side. Garcia makes just his 4th appearance of the season, 2nd with Bowie. Next pitch, called a strike, breaking ball in the bottom half of the zone. It's 1-2. And so far, he's not really given up much of anything in his 2 outings. Made them both against Harrisburg, tossed a combined 3 innings against 3 hits. Struck out 6, walked 3, no runs. Hasn't given up a run all year. 1-2. Inside, that one bounced off of Roberts a little bit, and it runs the count even at 2. After Corridor, it's Logan O'Hoppe in the on-deck circle for Reading. Baysox and the Fightins tied at 1. We're here in the bottom of the 6th at First Energy Stadium. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. That time the curveball from Rico Garcia. And boy, he's having no trouble here. Again, he's a guy with major league experience. The Orioles picked him up late. And he was kind of a late assignment to really anywhere in this season. Overpowered folks in High A Aberdeen. In all honesty, if it weren't just for the shorthandedness in the Baysox pitching staff right now, Garcia wouldn't be here. He shouldn't be here. Here's Logan O'Hoppe, first pitch. Called a strike, breaking ball in the bottom half. It's 0-1. Because his only outing with High A Aberdeen, while they were a little bit strapped for pitchers, he shouldn't have been there. Struck out 6 batters in 2 innings. Next pitch. Down and away. Count evens at a ball and a strike. O'Hoppe is 0 for 2. Flew out to right field back in the 4th inning. Struck out looking back in the 1st. Wide gap up the middle for the right-hander as the 1-1 comes in, and it's outside. Count goes to 2-1. Has there been a single foul ball? No, not a single foul ball from Rico Garcia yet this inning. Here's the 2-1. There it is. Fouled off to the right side. Count's even at 2. Oh, goodness. It's just those fun little bits of coincidence that keep you sane sometimes when you're stuck in a broadcast booth for 4 hours each night. Trying to strike out the side, the 2-2. He just missed. Pitch down and inside. I was getting my hopes up there as it runs the count full. O'Hoppe does get it here a couple of times. 3 for 9 on the season. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts with the count loaded. Base is empty, though, 2 away as Garcia can still strike out the side. Payoff pitch home. Swing and a miss. He got him. High fastball as Rico Garcia steps in to strike out the side in the 6th and send us on to the 7th. Bowie and Redding knotted in a fun one. We're tied at 1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, it may be on Sunday, May 29th, but get ready for the Baysox first Catter Day at Prince George's Stadium. Everyone's heard of Bark in the Park, but now you can bring your kitty out for a relaxing afternoon of ball. And if you get here early enough, you can pick up a free Baysox Catter Day t-shirt, courtesy of the City of Bowie. You can get your tickets now for the first ever Catter Day at 301-464-4865 or at baysox.com.
We roll on to the 7th inning here at First Energy Stadium as the Fightins look to be making another pitching change. It'll be Austin Ross coming out of the bullpen for Redding as we're tied at 1. Matt Seelinger departs. He got into a world of trouble and just barely got around it in the 6th. He loaded the bases with only 1 out and worked a couple of strikeouts and a flyout to escape the jam. So now it hands over to Ross. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 in this frame, starting with Andrew Dashbach. The line on Seelinger is final. Takes a no decision. An inning and a third, he gave up just 1 hit, no runs. He struck out 3, walked 2, didn't give up any home runs. So Dashbach will lead it off for Bowie here in this half inning. Zach Watson will follow, and then it goes back to the top of the lineup with Dylan Harris. First pitch home. Dashbach watches slider for called strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Dashbach on the day. 2 plate appearances, 2 walks. That's his bread and butter. Here's the next. Slider misses up and away. And the count goes to 2-0. Bases empty, nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning, a 1-1 game. 7 hits total, 1 error for Bowie. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Slider down and away on Dashbach. And the count goes to 1-2. Tell you more about Ross in just a couple of seconds.
as he winds and deals the next. Swing and just a piece. Dashbox stays alive for the next offering. So Austin Ross, 6'1", 185-pound, 27-year-old right-hander from Beaver, Pennsylvania. 35th round draft selection in the 2018 draft by the Phillies. He went to Radford. Same college as J.D. Mundy. Here's the 1-2. Curveball misses high. Didn't actually break down. Count goes even at 2. So far this season, he's made just 3 appearances with the Fightins. 5 2/3 innings. He struck out 5. Has a 3.18 ERA. Next pitch. Dashbach nicks it foul, and the count stays even. So that's 2 earned runs. He's given up 1 homer against 6 hits. Again, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. This is his first outing since the 5th against Portland. He tossed an inning and a third, gave up a run. Already the 6th pitch, 2-2. This one lined up the middle, a base hit. Well struck ball there for Andrew Dashbach to break out of his 2-game hitless slump. He's on the board with a perfect day at the plate so far. 2 walks and now a single. Bowie has really been getting going from the leadoff slot in this game, too. We're in the 7th inning right now, and the Baysox have gotten the leadoff man aboard in 5 consecutive innings. So far, only 1 is scored. That's the problem. That's been the problem for Bowie, and I know they know it's the problem, but it's just something you need to keep repeating until it changes. Here's Zach Watson. First pitch just ticked foul into the mid of the catcher. Count opens up at 0-1. Because, again, it is my job to just make you aware of the situation, and you might not be listening every day. You got to know. Watson 0 for 2 on the day. Hit into a double play in the 3rd. Flew out to right field his last time up. Next pitch. Swing and same result. Just a piece in the mid of the catcher, and the count 0-2. Erie hanging in 11th spot on Akron right now. Up at Canal Park there. It's 11-5 in the 7th. Here's the next. Swing and a miss. Up and away as Watson goes down on 3 pitches. First strikeout for Austin Ross. 8th overall for Reading pitching. And there's 1 gone now for Dylan Harris. Richmond blanking Harrisburg right now as the Flying Squirrels just continue to dominate the Southwest Division. 8-0 in the top of the 8th there. That's the same score over at Delta Dental Stadium as well. Binghamton over New Hampshire in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to the left-hander Harris is called a strike on the inner edge. It's 0-1. Dylan Harris rides an 0 for 3 day at the moment. Struck out swinging in the 5th inning. Grounded out to the pitcher in the 3rd. Flew out to left field in the 1st. Runner at first. 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. A 1-1 game. Pitch home. Harris watches away a changeup. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Portland ahead of Hartford 3-0. That game only in the bottom of the 6th. So really a lot of lopsided games in the league except for this one. Next pitch, curveball called for strike in the bottom half. Harris waggled the bat thinking about it, but elected not to go. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. One-two pitch. Slider misses down and in. Hoppy has to scoot over to his right side to keep it in front of him as the count evens. I tell you, it feels so weird working at nighttime right now. Remember, it was 5 consecutive day games for Bowie. Partly because of 2 rainouts, but still. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball up and away as Harris goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts from Austin Ross after the leadoff single by Andrew Dashbach. Now it goes to Gunnar Henderson. Henderson 0 for 1 on the day, but has drawn 2 walks. Already punched him up to 26 on the season. As the first pitch comes in, it's called for a strike on the bottom edge. I remember what I wanted to look up. I don't know why I didn't. Right now, active, where does Henderson rank in the walk category? I think he might be first. Here's the 0-1. Half swing, pitch down and away. They appeal. He didn't go. Again, that's the tough part with only 2 umpires on the base paths. A third base umpire Mike Snover has to go over to second base for any potential play at second, with Andrew Dashbach currently at first right now. So can't get really a good read, especially against the left-handed batter. Next pitch, no pickoff throw, no tag, no slide, nothing really going there. We'll wait on the 1-1. No, I was talking myself up a little too much, I suppose. So Henderson, at 26 walks right now, would be tied for third. Next pitch, misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-1. Matter of fact, he'd be tied for fourth. Oh, wait, no, this is across the entire minor leagues. Okay, if tied for fourth in the entire minors, that's pretty good. Here's the 2-1. Called a strike, lower outside corner. Count goes even at 2. That's the tough part with looking at statistics sometimes. You gotta isolate it just a little bit more down to just the Eastern League and not the entire minor leagues. Yes, Gunnar Henderson leads the league in walks right now. Yes. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Oh, that's a tough one. Leadoff single by Andrew Dashbach, a liner up the middle, but 3 consecutive strikeouts for Austin Ross to strand him over at first. The Baysox have left on 7 so far tonight. We stretch here at First Energy Stadium in Reading. It's a tie game. Bowie and Reading at 1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Middle of the Reading lineup due up as we move to the bottom of the 7th here at First Energy Stadium. Josh Ockamy will be the batter, dancing with Rico Garcia, who struck out the side in the 6th inning. First pitch home. Popped up on the infield. Foul now, third base side. Roberts sheds the mask, finds it, squares it, catches it. Just onto the warning track by about a foot, and there's already one out. And Rico Garcia could probably cruise the rest of the way. Again, Bowie does have some anticipated piggybacks built into their rotation, and that's why they have such a deep pitching staff. But it is hard to kind of pick up on that rotation sometimes, especially now because the pitching staff itself has been very, very fluid over the last week and a half. First pitch to Vito Frisia is a slow roller to third. Picked on the run by Jordan Westberg. Plenty of time to charge and fire over to first for the out. Believe it or not, that is the first ground ball out since the 2nd inning. We're here in the bottom of the 7th. Whew. Hey, you got to give him a workout at some point, right? This is a highly respected infield in this league. The scouts have already been praising them, but, you know, I guess give him a night off. Working. Already 2 gone on 2 pitches. First pitch here to Ali Castillo. He doesn't go after it. He saw how the other 2 worked, but it's called a strike anyway, and it's 0-1. Can we get a 4-pitch inning from Rico Garcia here? Let's see it happen. Bases empty, 2 away, a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 pitch.
Castillo bounces it over to second, picked on the run by Ortiz. He makes the transfer, charges, and fires to first. It's a 4-pitch inning for Rico Garcia. Wow, man. He's retired all 6 out of the bullpen and sends us to the 8th. We're tied at 1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Eighth inning here at First Energy Stadium, as looks like the Fightins might have made another pitching change. I got so caught up in Rico Garcia's 4-pitch bottom of the 7th that I didn't even notice this new right-hander come out of the bullpen for Reading. Is that McKinley Monroe? Yeah, that's McKinley Moore. Had it written down on my scorecard improperly. So McKinley Moore will take over, replaces Austin Ross. I'm not really sure what the case of pulling Ross out is, because he tossed this clean inning, struck out 3, only gave up 1 hit. But it makes way for Moore, the 3rd reliever out of the pen for Reading, who will face off against 3, 4, and 5 in the Bowie lineup, Joey Ortiz, J.D. Mundy, and Jordan Westberg in this 1-1 game. So Moore comes in, 6'6", 225-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Houston. First pitch to Ortiz is called a strike in the lower inside corner. It's 0-1. He came to the Phillies organization in a trade with Chicago. That's the White Sox, not the Cubbies. Earlier this year. Ortiz had a double back in the 6th inning. Next pitch home. Called a strike. Bottom edge of the zone. It's 0-2. On the season for Reading, Moore is in his 12th outing, leads the team in that category, but he's 0-1 with a 4.61 ERA. 13 2/3 innings, 14 strikeouts, 12 walks. Here's the 0-2. Bounced hard the other way and sneaks through the gap to right field. That's what Joey Ortiz did plenty of at the start of the season. He was hitting it the opposite way so much, but he was in the cage for about 2 weeks, making sure he could work on pulling it. The hitting coach, Brandon Becker, would practically throw a celebration every time Ortiz put a little juice into a pulled ball, but here he pulls it back a little bit to what he used to do, goes the opposite way, and opens up with a leadoff single. I think there was a stretch. It was the first 9-12 games of the year. Ortiz was hitting the opposite field about 60% of the time, but now it's a much more reasonable 38. Here's J.D. Money, and he pulls it into right field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles as Ortiz goes first to third. Mundy picks up his first hit to break a 2-game hitless skid, and the Baysox have them at the corners here before you can even catch your breath. And now it's Jordan Westberg. A perfect day at the plate for him with a pair of walks, a double, and a run scored, and anything out of the infield. Again, and the Baysox take the lead. This is the 2nd inning, and at this point, the 6th inning in a row that the Baysox have gotten the leadoff runner on base, or the leadoff batter on base. 2nd time since the 6th inning that the Baysox have 2 runners on base to start the frame and a runner at third to start the frame. They loaded the bases in the 6th, stranded them all. Cannot have that happen here. Cannot. As Westberg digs in. First pitch. He swings and misses. Breaking ball down, and the count starts out at 0-1. Westberg was the one to load the bases in that 6th inning. He drew a walk with runners at second and third. Next pitch. Ripped foul the other way. Count goes quickly to 0-2. If Westberg doesn't reach, there's still Shane Fontana behind him. And it's such a tough scenario for the infield, because if he hits it to one of the 2 middle infielders, you might have to trade the double play for the run. Here's the 0-2. Westberg knuckles it foul. This time it was in on the hands, and it rolls over past the screen. Count stays at 0-2. More sets, first base out of the rubber, delivers another 0-2 pitch, and Westberg floats it foul, right side and out of play. He stays alive. After Bowie attacked early, Joey Ortiz took an 0-2 pitch into right field. J.D. Mundy pulled the first pitch he saw past the first baseman. But now a big chance here for the Baysox to take the lead still. Moore looks back Mundy at first, a very short lead. Not concerned too much about him. The 0-2. Inside, Westberg ducked out of the way a little bit. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for Bowie. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Baysox. Yesterday was only the 2nd time this season that Bowie lost while out-hitting their opponent. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a drive out toward deep right field. This one is going to score the run, and it could do more. It bounces off the top of the wall and gets past the right fielder. 1 run is down. Mundy rounds third. He's going to get thrown out by a mile. Oh, God, Mundy. I don't think Kyle Moore waved him round. Whatever, the Baysox lead. It's 2-1 on Jordan Westberg's RBI double. Oh, my goodness. That ball got to the catcher before Mundy was even a third of the way home. Oh, gosh. You got to take that one in stride, J.D. Mundy. That's an outfield assist, though, for Jalen Ortiz, his first. Jordan Westberg has a multi-hit day and his 14th RBI of the season. 2 double days as well. 6 doubles this year, and in steps Shane Fontana. First pitch to the lefty. Misses up and away for a called ball. It's 1-0. That's Westberg's 6th multi-hit game this season. And again, it comes at such a crucial time to finally give Bowie the lead, breaking through after falling behind 1-0 in the first inning. Here's the 1-0. Misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-0. Well, I said that was an Ortiz assist. It's actually a Simone Muzziotti assist. The center fielder is the one that received it. It's his first. Still waiting on the official score, but I believe it is 8-6-2. Here's the 2-0. Fontana watches a strike right down Broadway. It's 2-1. 0 for 3 day for Shane Fontana. Fontana, Harris, and Zach Watson. They're the only 3 Bowie batters today who have not reached safely. 2 strikeouts for Fontana. He flew out to right field in the 5th. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off left side, and the count goes even. So I was close. It's not an 8-6-2. It's an 8-4-2. So that's how Mundy is taken out. But again, it's a RBI double for Jordan Westberg. And he's at second right now. It looks like Fontana might have cracked a little bit of the bat on that last piece. But the count stays at 2-2. Again, a much more calmer wind day here in Reading. We had plenty of gusts yesterday. It was actually kind of gusty before the start of this game, but once players took the field, it calmed down. Here's the 2-2. Misses down. Fontana runs the count full. First full count today drawn by Fontana. See if he can do something against Moore. Kicks and fires the next, and it's popped up on the infield. Foul ground now, left side. Ohapi running onto the on-deck circle, but it's out of play. About 2 rows deep. And we'll do it again at a full count as Fontana stays alive to see his 7th pitch. Something I do like, too, about the new pitch clock rules is that on the old pitch clocks, they stopped after foul balls. They just never redid it after a foul ball. Pitcher had all the time, but now they're back on foul balls. That's helped immensely. 3-2, inside, ball 4. So Fontana draws the walk. First of the day for McKinley Moore, 7th overall for Reading pitching. And now it goes to Cody Roberts, who's riding a 1-for-3 day. Yeah, that and the step-off rule. The foul ball and the step-off rule. Those were the 2 biggest issues with the way that the original pitch clock rule was written. And once players realized it, you can't say they abused it. They just took what was available within the rules to the best of their ability. And the batters did the same. As the first pitch to Cody Roberts is popped foul right side out of play. Count starts out at 0-1. But the way that the players use those rules, in essence, neutered the pitch clock entirely. And once baseball realized what could be done to fix it, they added some of those changes incrementally, especially the pickoff rule. They tried that down in low A first as the 0-1 misses down to Cody Roberts, and the count evens at 1. Once they realized they could combine it with the pitch clock and then take away the foul ball exception for the pitch clock, it has dramatically sped up games. And it's a universally accepted improvement to the entertainment value. The 1-1, called a strike, lower inside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. I understand some players specifically and some coaches aren't fans just because of the conditioning aspect that goes with it, but the entertainment value, that's the whole point of baseball. Baseball doesn't exist as a sport if it's not entertaining. First and second, 1 away. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Roberts goes chasing on a slider down and away, and there's 2 gone here in the top of the 8th. First strikeout for McKinley Moore. 11th overall for Reading pitching. And now it goes back to Andrew Dashbach, who's riding a perfect day at the plate. Singled on a 2-2 pitch in the 7th up the middle, a screaming line drive. Has 2 walks to his credit as well. First and second, 2 away here in the top of the 8th. A 2-1 Bowie lead as Dashbach lifts it out to deep right field. Back on it, Ortiz to the warning track. He squares it up at the wall. Leaps. Did he grab it? He did. Oh my goodness, Jalen Ortiz. No, it got out. No, the umpire says it's gone. Andrew Dashbach says goodbye. A 3-run home run for Andrew. Breaks it open for Bowie. A 5-1 lead. First base umpire signaled out. I'm not crazy on that, right? He signaled out. And then later changed it to a 3-run home run once he realized Ortiz didn't actually have the ball. So the Baysox break open for a 4-run inning thanks to Andrew Dashbach's 4th home run of the season. He's up to 10 RBIs now with that 3-run shot. And it goes to Zach Watson. First pitch, Watson watches fastball down and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. I swear, I'm going to have to double check after this, but he signaled out. He initially signaled out. Here's the 1-0. Watson spoils it foul right side, and the count goes even at 1. So Bowie now ahead 5-1, and they'll need to pick up 6 outs. See if Rico Garcia goes for all of them. He's in line for a win now. Here's the next. Popped up foul, right side. That'll get out of play. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Again, bases empty now. Could have been a grand slam when you think about it if J.D. Mundy had held up on Jordan Westberg's double, but he was thrown out at the plate, taking a potential run off the board. 1-2 pitch. Swinging just a piece off the mask of the catcher. Bounces back to the screen, and the count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. But if Bowie is going to leave runs on the table in any capacity, I'm fine with a run like that being left on the table if it means just a slight difference between a grand slam and a 3-run home run. Here's the 1-2. Inside. That one just under the chest there of Zach Watson, and the count goes even at 2. Yeah, I'm fine with those kinds of runs being left on the table as opposed to the 3 runs left on the table in the 6th inning when Bowie loaded the bases with only 1 out and didn't score at all. This is different. The 2-2. Watson checks his swing on a heavy slider away. He got back once he realized. Count runs full after falling behind initially 1-2. Again, base is empty, 2 away here as Watson tries to extend the inning. The payoff pitch is bounced right back to the mound. Picked on a good hop by Moore. He trots over and underhands to first to end the inning. But not before the Baysox break through. RBI double for Jordan Westberg and a 3-run blast for Andrew Dashbach. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, none left. As we go to the bottom of the 8th here at First Energy Stadium, it's Bowie 5, Reading 1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Down to the bottom of the 8th here at First Energy Stadium as Bowie now leads by 4. Rico Garcia is back to work for the Baysox. He faces off with Jonathan Guzman to start. It's 8-9-1 due up in the Reading lineup as the first pitch is popped foul out of play right side. Here's the 0-1. Slider misses down and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike on Guzman, who's 0 for 1 on the day, had a sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning. Advanced the runner, but that runner was eventually taken out on a tough play, led to a rundown. Here's the 1-1. Misses high breaking ball, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. So Bowie ahead 5-1 thanks to a 4-run 8th inning. RBI double by Jordan Westberg. 3-run home run by Andrew Dashbach. And I asked around, I'm the fool. Got to eat crow on it as the 2-1 comes in. It's swinging a slow roll over towards short. Running in, Henderson, gloves, fires, got him. 6-3 put out, 1 gone. 7 in a row retired out of the bullpen for Rico Garcia. He's been excellent as he's in line for a win now. And it goes to Frelon Migneti. Yeah, the way that first base umpire signaled it, it did not look like it was much of anything other than just throwing his hand up high once, and I did not see the finger that started to spin saying home run until much too late. First pitch here is grounded over to short again by Migneti, and Henderson does the exact same. Gloves, fires, got him. Can you tell I like to say that? It's very simple. But back-to-back 6-3 putouts. So far, just 5 pitches for Rico Garcia. He's had such an efficient start. 8 outs on just 23 pitches. Now goes back to the top of the lineup and Simone Muzziotti. But instead, a pinch hitter, Jack Conley, will step in. And just announced that it was late for me to catch. First pitch to the right-hander. Misses away. Conley on the season. Only a 193 average, 1 homer, 5 runs driven in. And Simone Muzziotti, he was taken out for a pinch hitter yesterday, too. Next pitch. Called a strike, upper outside corner. Count evens at 1. I wonder if this is part of the way the Phillies are developing him, only going for 3 at-bats or whatever the case may be, because, I mean, he's a left-hander. Why would you bring in a right-hander against another right-hander? Especially a right-hander that's batting 193. Next pitch misses high, and the count goes to 2-1. I do think it's part of his development and his return, because I believe I saw he started on the injured list. This next pitch flown foul right side. Count goes even at 2. Yeah, I'm not seeing any information about why he started the season late. I do see that he started, well, he barely played in 2021. He was having visa issues getting out of Venezuela. Maybe that was it. Here's the 2-2. Misses down, and the count fills here on Jack Conley. I can't imagine that would lead to them taking things slow with him and taking him out after only 3 plate appearances each game. I'll have to ask around, but it's such an odd strategy. And what are we waiting on here now? Conley's taking his time getting into the box. Here's the payoff. Called strike 3, lower outside corner. Garcia retires all 9 so far. He'll probably be called on for the 9th to pick up the win. We go to the 9th here at First Energy Stadium as Garcia is dealing with his 4th strikeout. Bowie leads 5-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Ninth inning here at First Energy Stadium, a 5-1 Bowie lead. A game tied at 1 for quite some time. It was a 1-0 Reading lead for the first few innings, but a 4-run 8th, and it's Bowie's game now. They send the top of the lineup up to face off against the new pitcher. Tyler Carr will take over, 4th reliever out of the bullpen for Reading. Last few games that the Baysox have played, opponents just have different philosophies for their bullpens. They've been clearing them out just about every game while the Baysox use all their piggybacking. Here's Dylan Harris to lead things off, and the first pitch home is a called strike, 0-1 to open. Harris is one of only 2 batters for Bowie that has not reached safely today. He's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, a ground out, and a fly out. Next pitch, check swing, misses down and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Tyler Carr, 5'10", 175-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Avon Park, Florida. 31st round draft selection in 2018. 1-1. Harris smokes it foul. Third base side out of play, 1-2. On the season for Reading, Carr has made 5 appearances before tonight. 4.50 ERA, doesn't have a record. 6 innings, only 1 strikeout to 3 walks. He gives up a lot of contact. 1 home run. 1-2. Swing and a miss. So there's the strikeout. It's just his second this season. First today. #12th on the day for Reading pitching. Goes to Gunnar Henderson now, who's 0 for 2 on the day, but he has reached twice. Pair of walks. Still no wind here at First Energy Stadium. First pitch. Henderson watches down and in, and the count starts out at 1-0. I definitely think that the Baysox, just their energy is a little bit different now that you've got the first night game in so long. 1-0. Misses down, and the count goes to 2-0. Because, again, this is the first time that Bowie is playing under the lights in over a week. The last night game that they played before today was last Tuesday. Start of the series with Harrisburg. Fouled off by Henderson. Count goes to 2-1. The last time Bowie played a night game, Adley Rutschman was playing. That's how long it's been. It's not that long when you look at the numbers, but it just feels like it's been so long ago. Whatever. Here's a grounder over to the right side. Picked by Migneti and sent to first for the out, 4-3. And there's 2 away. First pitch hits him. Oh, goodness. Ortiz, he's fine with it. I think it got maybe the crown of the helmet. I'm not too sure. I think he was just more concerned with his own safety, but they're not even going to take too much of a concern about it. Just let him take his base. So free base runner here with 2 outs. And it goes to J.D. Mundy now, runner at first. First pitch, Mundy watches called strike, upper inside corner. Count opens up at 0-1. Bowie has a right-hander warming in the bullpen. That could be one of the new arrivals, Noah Denoyer. Here's the next. Mundy watches high, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Because Bowie has a couple of relievers on their roster now that they've still not used after they've joined. Denoyer is one of them. Wes Robertson is the other. Robertson, already a journeyman in the minors at such a young age. He's a good story. 1-1. Fouled off left side, and the count goes to 1-2. I just assume it's Denoyer here because it's a tall drink of water, and Denoyer, I think, is 6'6". Robertson is much more average. I'm speculating. We can talk about new pitchers when we get there, as Bowie will look ahead to the bottom of the ninth with the 2, 3, and 4 batters for Reading. The 1-2 pitch. Mundy pokes it to third. That one gobbles up Ali Castillo. He has to field and throw it on a hop to first, but it's there in time. That swing sent Mundy off balance a little bit, so he was slow out of the box, and the inning is over on a 5-3 putout. Bowie gets a base runner on a hit by pitch, but he's left stranded. As we go to the bottom of the ninth, Bowie will send a new hurler to the mound as they lead 5-1. We're back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Bottom of the ninth action here at First Energy Stadium in Reading as Bowie is trying to polish off a 5-1 winner. They hand it over to Morgan McSweeney to try and get it done. It's not a save situation, but I don't think he cares about that. McSweeney will face off against 2, 3, and 4 in the Reading lineup, starting with Jalen Ortiz. The day is done for Rico Garcia, and he's in line for a win. What a win it would be for the reliever out of the bullpen. Garcia tossed 3 perfect innings, striking out 4 batters. That's it. Morgan McSweeney will take over his first appearance since polishing off Bowie's 11th no-hitter in franchise history just 3 days ago. He pitched a perfect 7th inning against the Harrisburg Senators in Game 1 of the doubleheader, got 2 flyouts and a groundout. First pitch to the right-hander Ortiz is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count starts out at 1-0. McSweeney, a 6'4", 210-pound right-hander, 24 years of age, taken in the 17th round of the 2019 draft from Wake Forest. 1-0. Misses high, a breaking ball, and the count goes to 2-0. On the season for Bowie, a 1-1 record. This is his 8th outing. A 5.59 ERA. That's 9 2/3 innings and 6 earned runs, but 13 strikeouts to only 3 walks. 2-0. There's that slider. Cuts across the zone for a called strike. It's 2-1. It's a 4-pitch offering for McSweeney with a little bit of flair in the back end. 4-seam fastball, a slider, then a cutter and a split finger. 2-1. There's the splitter. Swing and a miss on a high offering, and the count evened at 2. Ortiz on the day is 0 for 3. He struck out twice, also popped out to the shortstop. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Went with the slider, and Ortiz went fishing. First strikeout for McSweeney. 11th overall for Baysox pitching. And thanks in part to Rico Garcia's excellent finish, Baysox pitching has now retired 11 consecutive batters. Left-hander Aldrum Corridor steps in. A 5-1 Bowie lead here in the bottom of the ninth. First pitch, Corridor watches the cutter. Called for strike on the upper inside corner. It's 0-1. Corridor accounts for the only Reading run today, a solo home run that just hooked into the left field corner back in the first inning. Since then, he struck out twice. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses down, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. You know, one of my favorite things about Morgan McSweeney, he's just one of the most wholesome guys, one of the happiest guys in the locker room. Him and Brandon Young. First day back, though, that Monday, as we were ready to make the trip up here as he fires a pitch high to Corridor, run the count to 2-1. As we were getting ready to make the trip up yesterday, first thing he says when he walks up to me, I walk into the clubhouse to just chat with Kyle Moore, walks up, hey, Matt, that was a great call on the no-hitter yesterday. Good job. Dude finished a no-hitter, and his first thought is to congratulate me. That's some humility. I love that guy. He's great. 2-1 count. Pitch home to Corridor. Misses up and away, a fastball. Count goes to 3-1. Delmarva's been having an interesting game, low A affiliate of Baltimore. We're no hit into the 7th inning. They were trailing, though, 5-2. They drew 9 walks. They finally get their first hit, a single, and it's a 1-run game. 5-4, they trail Salem. That's the Red Sox affiliate. Wild stuff. Somebody called Johnny Carson. Here's the 3-1. Oh, just misses, maybe a bit down for ball 4. Corridor draws the walk. That's only the second walk given up by Baysox pitching today. Again, that's why you go back to when Bowie was rocking things in the 8th inning. Actually, when did they do that? No, it was in the 6th inning. When Bowie was rocking in the 6th inning, and reliever Matt Seelinger said, hey, come look at the mound, as the first pitch into O'Hoppe misses down and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. They delayed the game for what was essentially 5-ish minutes, maybe 10 if I'm being generous, just to add a little bit of dirt to the mound and rearrange it. Here's the 1-0, spoiled foul right side, and the count goes even at 1. And that means nothing, because even if it is a little bit off, unless you're missing like 2-3 inches of height on that mound, it's not a disadvantage that only affects you. It affects Bowie's pitchers too, and they haven't been affected. The 1-1 misses down and away a slider. Count goes to 2-1. It's on Bowie's batters. They're just so selective at the zone. The fact that Bowie, here with 1 out in the 9th, has only walked 2 batters, that tells you. The 2-1, swing and a miss, breaking ball down, and the count goes even at 2. Runner at first here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Bowie ahead 5-1. 2-2 count on Logan O'Hoppe, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Used the cutter up and away. A little Mariano Rivera action. And that's 2 strikeouts for Morgan McSweeney. Baysox are 1 out away. So for now 2 straight games, the production staff here in Reading made Logan O'Hoppe the RBI guy, to where if he gets an RBI, fans get a free deluxe beverage at the sponsor gas station. It's not Royal Farm, so I won't say, as the first pitch home to Josh Ockamy misses up and away. Count starts out at 1-0. They've made O'Hoppe the RBI guy for 2 straight games. He's gone a combined 0 for 7 with a walk. Maybe pick somebody else for tomorrow. Here's the 1-0. Ockamy watches it in the dirt. It skips off of Roberts. Corridor goes to second. Wild pitch, not that big of an issue. We're still a ways away before Bowie has to worry about tying runner. Ockamy on the day, 0 for 2. Popped out to the catcher on the first pitch he saw in the 7th inning. It was part of a 4-pitch inning for Rico Garcia. Honestly, one of the craziest things I've seen. I shouldn't say that. Baseball's crazy. Here's the 2-0. Called a strike, upper outside corner. Count goes to 2-1 on Ockamy. Again, Bowie just needs 1 quick out to wrap this one up, get back into the win column. Should they finish it out, Bowie will be 1 game under 500. The 2 teams will turn their attention to tomorrow. Series continues with another 6:45 start. 2-1. Middle. Ockamy checked his swing on it again. Didn't anticipate the sinking 2-seamer there. But now a chance for McSweeney, the 2-2. Down and inside, and the count fills. Ockamy this season does not have a base hit on full counts, but he does walk 62% of the time. He's much like Gunnar Henderson in that regard. Runner at second, 2 away in the bottom of the 9th. The payoff pitch is popped up to left field. Foul ground, running on it, Westberg. At the warning track, does he see it? He does, but he misjudged it. It's on the earth, and the at-bat will continue. He was watching Shane Fontana, trying to see where Fontana might have come in, and he was angling himself in response to that. And it threw him off a little bit. But he got there, and it's just, the ball fell in. So McSweeney has to try again. Bowie leads 5-1 as McSweeney tries to finish it off. The payoff pitch is down and away for ball 4. So 2 walks in the frame for Morgan McSweeney. So now that he's walked 2 batters, should he call the grounds crew to come adjust the mound and add a little bit of dirt so he gets the tactical advantage for his favor? It's just such an odd request to me. I remember it was a couple of years ago. It might have been I don't think it was the 2019 NLCS. Might have been the 2013 NLCS. The Cardinals did something similar. But that was because it rained. It had rained earlier in the day, so they had to stop play to get fresh dirt on the mound because it was wet. Here's Vito Freesia. First pitch misses up and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Freesia is 0 for 3 on the day. He hit into a double play in the second. That doesn't matter now. There's already 2 outs. Struck out swinging in the 4th, grounded out to third base in the 3rd. Next pitch. Outside, passes Roberts, and both runners advance. Shouldn't say passes. That's an improper use. It's a wild pitch. So that's the second wild pitch in this inning, though, from McSweeney. But again, still not in the tough situation just yet. Tying runner is on deck. So you could get into a lot of trouble right now and still get a quick out to end the game. At the moment, though, there is a left-hander warming in the bullpen for the Fightins. 2-0 pitch. Slider doesn't register, down and away, and runs the count to 3-0. Trying to get a quick glimpse of who that lefty is in the bullpen. Here's the 3-0. Misses high, ball 4. 3 walks for Morgan McSweeney, and it loads the bases here in the bottom of the 9th. Now we're in a little bit of danger because now you can talk about a tying runner and Ali Castillo with the bases loaded. Castillo is 0 for 3 with the bases loaded this season. He does have a sacrifice fly, make that 2 sacrifice flies, and a walk. He doesn't have any home runs this year, though. 167 average, a 200 BABIP. And his only hit today is an infield single. Josh Conway's out. They run through the sequence of what they're going to throw Castillo to get it going quickly. But Castillo's a heavy ground ball batter. That's the other thing. He hits it on the ground over twice as often as he hits it into the air. Force is available at every base. Or McSweeney could just pick up his 3rd strikeout. Very simple to finish this one off as Bowie leads 5-1. First pitch. Slider hits the bottom of the zone for a called strike. It's 0-1. Bases loaded, 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning, but still a 5-1 lead. McSweeney just needs a very quick plate appearance to wrap things up. 0-1. Cutter misses inside. Count goes even and a ball and a strike. Four-run 8th inning for Bowie, making this a 4-run game. McSweeney trying to keep it that way and finish us out. The 1-1. Fouled off right side, and McSweeney is 1 strike away for the second time. He had Josh Ockamy ahead on a 2-2 count, but lost him. Ockamy at second base now after 3 walks in the frame by McSweeney. The 1-2. Swinging a pop-up out towards shallow center. In comes Watson. Does he see it? He does. He gloves it. Game over. Baysox win. A 4-run 8th inning for Bowie. McSweeney gets in a bit of trouble here in the 9th, but he gets out of it, straining the bases loaded in the process. Baysox back in the win column with a 5-1 winner over Reading this evening at First Energy Stadium. We'll step aside and get you Baysox postgame in just a little bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org. Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
We're back to First Energy Stadium this evening as we get rolling with Baysox post-game here from Reading. A big one, a big return for the Baysox after yesterday's 6-2 final. Things did look to be a little bit troublesome early on, but a 5-1 winner today thanks to a 4-run eighth inning. We'll recap this one in depth, look around the Eastern League and the Orioles organization. A couple of interesting games to discuss around the O's system, and we'll talk about them more in depth in a bit. But for now, let's go back in time a long ways to 6:47 p.m. when first pitch came home from Adam Leverett to Dylan Harris. Leverett got out of the side quickly. He got 2 flyouts to left and a strikeout. Didn't really labor too much. And then in the bottom of the first, Ryan Watson stepped up. He got 2 quick outs, including a strikeout. But then an experienced batter, Aldrum Corridor. You can't dance around him. He'll make you pay. So that bumped his ERA up from 0 to 2.43. Next pitch, crushed out toward the left field corner. Fontana running a long way to the foul pole, and it is fair and gone. Oh, that one just snuck out of here. It's picked up by a fan in foul territory. Kyle Moore is going to ask about this one, I'd have to imagine. The entire dugout looks to be in disbelief. The bullpen catcher, Wagner Rodriguez, is continually pointing that it's to the left side. Ryan Watson is down from the mound to ask about this one. And now here comes Kyle Moore to talk with third base umpire and crew chief Michael Snover. As you'd imagine, that conversation didn't really lead anywhere. It was an unfortunate little turn, as it, at least from the eye test, looked foul, but I'm not the umpire and I'm not down on the field, and I'm looking at it with rose-tinted glasses. So take with that as you might, but Bowie was down 1-0 to start. Watson rebounded, though, from there. He only allowed 4 total hits, struck out 6, only walked 1 over 5 total innings. We'll talk more about his numbers in a little bit and some of his great performances. In the Baysox half of the third, that's when they really started to brew and started to run Leverett down. They drew a leadoff walk by Andrew Dashbach, but instantly that momentum was killed. Zach Watson grounded into a double play. Dylan Harris, he followed up with a screecher, though. It just didn't, get into the outfield. The pitch home. Swinging a bouncer up the middle and gloved between the legs by Leverett. Wow. Bowie can't catch a break. He picks it and sends it over to first base for the 1-3, and the inning is over. The Baysox, though, would be able to rely on, as I said, Ryan Watson, who rebounded quickly and picked up 6 strikeouts. Early on, though, he was dominating the zone. The 1-2. In there, strike 3. Froze another changeup on the lower outside corner, and Watson logs his 4th K, third backwards.
He ended the frame with that one. He gave up a leadoff single in that third, but stranded that runner at first and wasted no time making sure no one got aboard in the fourth. Here's another 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Slider down and away, and Watson doesn't throw a single ball in the whole inning. He picks up 2 strikeouts for his 6th on the day, a perfect 4th here for Ryan. And that's just how good the efficiency was for Ryan Watson. He needed over 80 pitches in his last start, but today he didn't even get to 70 over his 5 innings of work. He did give up a couple of base hits in the 5th, but meanwhile, Bowie's half of the 5th started out strong. After Bowie had been held hitless over the first 4 innings, Jordan Westberg led off with a double. Shane Fontana flew out to right field, advancing Westberg to third, so it was a productive out, and it made way for Cody Roberts with runner at third and 1 gone to try and tie the game up. First pitch, and he floats it into center field. It falls in for a base hit. Roberts ties the game up with an RBI single on the first pitch he sees, and it's a 1-1 game. Unfortunately, as Roberts would get to third base himself following a walk and another productive flyout, he'd be left stranded. And it looked like the Baysox woes might have been returning, because as we moved to the top of the 6th, Bowie got runners at second and third with nobody out. Eventually, bases loaded with only 1 out. And they just couldn't get it done. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a high pop-up to right field. Ortiz, does he see it? He does. He ranges to his left just enough and pulls it down. The Baysox load the bases with 1 out, and they strand them all. That'd be 3 more stranded as Bowie overall stranded 8. We'll talk about that in a second. But while Ryan Watson finished after 5 innings, things were handed over to Rico Garcia, who continued with some stellar work out of the bullpen for Bowie. Payoff pitch home, swing and a miss, he got him. High fastball as Rico Garcia steps in to strike out the side in the 6th and send us on to the 7th. That would not be it for Rico Garcia. He struck out the side in his first inning of work. His second inning was a little bit different, a lot more contact heavy. Here's why. 0-1 pitch. Castillo bounces it over to second, picked on the run by Ortiz. He makes the transfer, charges, and fires to first. It's a 4-pitch inning for Rico Garcia. Wow, man. He's retired all 6 out of the bullpen and sends us to the 8th. It would eventually be 3 perfect innings out of the bullpen for Garcia, thanks to a couple of groundouts and a strikeout in the 8th. But he faced all 9, didn't let any of them aboard, struck out 4. Very efficient out of the pen, and Bowie would finally pay him back in the 8th inning. After Joey Ortiz led off with a single, J.D. Mundy would follow with a single to right field, pushing Ortiz to third. Jordan Westberg hit a go-ahead RBI double to right field. Unfortunately, though, as Joey Ortiz scored from third, J.D. Mundy tried to score all the way from first, and he just did not have the speed for it. He was thrown out by probably about 60 feet, and Mundy was taken out 8-9-2 on, or check that, 8-4-2 on the outfield assist by Simone Muzziotti. Didn't matter, though. Bowie was not content with making it just 1 run. They were finally able to put up the crooked number after Shane Fontana drew a walk and Cody Roberts struck out. Andrew Dashbach stepped to the plate, and while I had a little bit of trouble seeing the ball, the umpire didn't. First and second, 2 away here in the top of the 8th, a 2-1 Bowie lead as Dashbach lifts it out to deep right field. Back on it, Ortiz to the warning track. He squares it up at the wall, leaps. Did he grab it? He did! Oh my goodness, Jalen Ortiz! No, it got out! No, the umpire says it's gone! Andrew Dashbach says goodbye! A 3-run home run for Andrew breaks it open for Bowie, a 5-1 lead. For Dashbach, that was his 4th home run this season, bumps his RBI total all the way up to 10. And he had a perfect day at the plate, 2 for 2 with a home run, 3 runs driven in, 1 scored. He also walked twice, but that was actually the only time he got past first base. But that would be enough for the Baysox, while Morgan McSweeney did come in and run into a bit of trouble, walking 3 batters with 2 of them coming with 2 outs. Tying run came to the plate in Ali Castillo, but McSweeney was able to get out of it and get him to fly out to shallow center field. So there's your final. Bowie scores 5 runs on 8 hits with 1 error. They left on 8. Redding scores 1 run on 4 hits with no errors. They left on 6. Rico Garcia, a much-deserved win in relief. He moves to 1-0 on the year with Bowie. It's McKinley Moore taking the loss. He gave up all 4 runs in the 8th inning. He falls to 0-2 on the season. No save as the game was played in 2 hours and 45 minutes in front of a paid attendance here at First Energy Stadium of 3,934. With the win, Bowie moves to 13-14 on the season, a 1-game winning streak. They're now 5-8 on the road. With the loss, Reading falls to 12-17 on the year. Their 4-game winning streak is over. They fall to 3-8 here in front of the home crowd at First Energy Stadium. Two sides meet again tomorrow at 6:45. We'll tell you more about the upcoming matchup as this series continues in a little bit. But for now, we step aside, and when we return, we look around the rest of the Eastern League, see how the rest of the teams fare, as well as the Orioles organization as a whole. A couple of fun and interesting games among the other affiliates. But again, tonight's final, Bowie over Reading 5-1. We're back with more in just a little bit. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back to First Energy Stadium one final time this evening on Baysox Postgame as Bowie downs Reading 5-1. 4-run 8th inning, highlighted by Andrew Dashbach's 3-run home run to get the job done, as Bowie is 1 game below 500 now. They'll try to get back to 500 tomorrow. Let's take a quick spin around the Eastern League. 1 game still in action, the rest of the circuit coming to a close, and there were a lot of blowouts and high-scoring games this evening. Really, the only close game, the only lower-scoring game was Altoona in Somerset, and they technically scored the same amount of runs that we saw here today in Reading. 4-2 Patriots over the Curve. Altoona had an early 2-0 advantage, but Somerset broke the 2-2 tie in the top of the 9th inning. That's a tough one. Richmond over Harrisburg 10-5 rather. It was 8-0 at one point, but Harrisburg got it going a little bit in the 8th, put on 3 runs, but Richmond scored 2 in the top of the 9th, made it 10-3. Harrisburg had one final breath, but still couldn't get much over that 5-run win for the Squirrels. They're now 18-11 to pace the Southwest Division. Binghamton had a big 9-0 lead at one point over New Hampshire, and they finished with a 9-2 win. Rumble Ponies are the last team in the league to get to 10 wins. They're at 10-18. It's Erie over Akron tonight as well. A 9-run 5th inning. Are you kidding me? Grand slam by Kerry Carpenter mixed into there. He was recently promoted to AAA Toledo. I'm interested as to why he's back down to Erie. He's got now 6 home runs on the season, including that grand slam. But a 9-run 5th, that's going to win you a lot of ball games, and it gives Erie the 11-8 win tonight. 1 game still in action in the league. It's Portland and Hartford. So far, it's a shutout, though, in favor of the Sea Dogs, 4-0. They've got 2 outs to finish out that shutout at Dunkin' Donuts Park. They've just come to a final down at Harbor Park in Norfolk. Memphis Redbirds, AAA affiliate of the Cardinals, win 9-7 there. It was a back-and-forth scoring affair, but Memphis had 3 runs in the 3rd, then they did it again in the 4th, and then 2 runs in the 5th. to get about an arm's reach and never have to look back. Aberdeen and Hudson Valley are currently duking it out. It was 2-0 Aberdeen at one point, then 3-1, then 5-1. But now Hudson Valley put on 2 runs in the 6th and 3 in the 8th to take a 6-5 advantage. Aberdeen is down to their final 2 outs to try and at least tie the game up. Delmarva has an interesting day in front of them in Salem, and they're about to wrap it up if they can't get something down to their last out. They were being no-hit through 6 innings. Salem put on 4 runs in the first, and they've been coasting with that since. But Delmarva scored 2 runs without any hits. They drew 9 walks over those first 6 innings. Finally got their first hit in the 7th. That's still their only hit. That hit, though, drove in 2 runs. So it's 5-4 now in the bottom of the 9th in Delmarva. They don't have anyone on base, and there's 2 outs. So they're down to their last opportunity. Even if they lose that game, that's an incredible accomplishment to only lose by 1 run in a 5-4 game when you only get 1 hit. Weird stuff. But again, the only score that we care about on this production is that of Bowie's, and they picked up a big win today. 5-1 the final over Reading. 2 sides will meet again tomorrow at 6:45. That means the 6:25 DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Hope you can join us. One final time from First Energy Stadium. This is Matt Sabata saying thank you for stopping by, as it's Bowie 5, Reading 1. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.